Good evening, everybody, and welcome back once again to Rogues Gallery Live. Like I said, welcome to Rogues Gallery Live. I'm Chris the Batman Statue Collector, and this is episode 118. And we've got a lot to talk about tonight, and we got a lot of photos to look at tonight because it has been a minute. Of course, our last show was that live auction show, and so we've got some good stuff to look at tonight and some great topics. And I want to introduce the panel, as always, right over here from Wayne Manor North. We have Mr. Dan DeFault in the house.
Hey, everybody. Glad to be here. Happy Wednesday night. Yeah, it's been a minute since we just kind of chatted. So I'm looking forward to this.
That's right. That's great. And then, of course, we have Mr. Jeff Morris with his new setup right here. Look at, I gotta show everybody. Awesome Captain America right there. So we were talking before the show. This is the room that you're normally doing the show with. Room with a backdrop, but this is a little bit different angle. But I was saying before the show, like, what a great place for him. He looks perfect there.
I'm happy with this spot. So it's kind of out of the way. There's not really much that would fit in this corner, so it's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. It fits. It looks like it's meant to be there. So that's awesome. Thanks again for doing that review for us. That was really great. Feature that on the channel. Congratulations on that piece.
Thank you.
So awesome. We have right down here from the from All Things Art, Mr. Eric. Sorry, Jeff was there a second ago, but now Eric popped in. Now it's all here. Hold on. There we go. It's just it was throwing me off. So let's do Mr. Jeff Delaney from Secret Sanctuary first. How's it going, Jeff?
Hey everybody, good to be here.
Glad to have you here, sir. And then last but not least, Eric B from All Things Art. How's it going, Eric?
Doing good. I popped in last second, so sorry about that.
That's no worries. We're just glad that you're here. Like Dan said, it's been a minute since we've just had a chance to chat. How are things going?
Expensive.
That means you've been buying stuff.
Yeah, I told you guys I pre-ordered that Batman Joker suit by Jimenez and Penguin.
Yep, absolutely.
Wasn't too happy with the shipping on the Bat suit Joker.
I think that is going to be a really big piece.
It is.
It's going to be big and heavy. Also, since the last show, I ordered the Batman Triumphant, which is the one that goes over the Penguin. I did finally decide to go ahead and bite the bullet on him, and shipping was quite high on him too. I think like 300 some, or I don't remember what it was, but hopefully that's not a trend. I hope that changes before they start shipping them.
Yeah, it was. As of right now, it's 500 for economy and 700, I think, for standard.
Wow.
So I'm not too happy about either one of those.
Yeah, wow. That does hurt. Mm-hmm. It does.
You know, it's funny, Chris. I this morning, sometimes in the early morning, I'll do a workout and I'll put YouTube on and I'll put the Batman Statue Collector on. And I was rewatching. You had posted this segment of our talking about shipping charges, and so I had that on in the background of listening to it. And I have to be honest, what Eric just described for Batman in the Joker suit, Jokerized bat suit, that's got me questioning that piece.
Yeah,
that's going to be a $2,000 piece. Is that? I don't know if it's got $2,000 of value for me.
Well, and that's one thing too, is like Prime One will hold it. They will hold it for you if it, shipping goes down any. And again, the last couple of statues, the Catwoman that I just got and the Joker I just got, like that shipping wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
So I'm still hoping that those are just, random quotes and they're just like a placeholder type of thing.
And that's why I haven't canceled it yet.
Two boxes on this one.
Oh, it's 2 boxes on Joker?
Yep.
Why?
Yeah, funny. Like Dan just said, he was watching the he was watching. Oh, sorry, let's catch up on the YouTube. I was watching the replay of the extreme shipping charges, and last show I was saying, "Oh, I'm done with these prices," and then a week later I was pre-ordering. Batman Joker.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Let's see. JR says, I just posted a video on that Batman Joker suit, 500 for economy. I can't, man. That's crazy. My Superman was only 250 and that was 2 boxes. So again,
Yep.
I'm still hoping that that's the case. I think it's crazy. It makes me nervous that cape is not going to be PVC. It's going to be heavy. I don't know. It makes me nervous. But I'm hoping it's still PVC, but I guess we'll see. But
well, it's not due out until next year, so hopefully things change by then.
Yeah.
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 And thanks everybody that watched that video. So like, I like to like chop those longer shows down into little segments so they're like a little bit more easily digestible, because sometimes like the content kind of gets lost. Like if you like somebody might not want to watch 2 hours of Rogues Gallery Live, so they I like I do like to break those down, and I never know if people want to watch them again, but like, you know, we've got 2,000 views on that, so you know, I think you know, I'm glad that you guys enjoyed that show. I think it was a great topic, and it's obviously one that some people like Paula are tired of us you know, beating the drum, but it's something that's always on our minds because it's something that's real serious right now. It's a lot of money, and so like Dan said, like, should I cancel, should I not cancel? Like it's on everybody's mind. So I think the timing was good to kind of repost that. So anyway, thanks everybody that watched. Got a $5 super chat from Lane Kramer. Thank you very much, Lane. You guys are making me feel better for my new purchase. I got the Phoenix and Jean Grey statue, $9.50 shipped. Congratulations. I just talked to Lane the other day about that piece. Jeff, did we see that piece at San Diego? I can't remember. I feel like it was a display. Yeah. And it's a sizable piece for not being quarter scale.
Yeah.
But I think Lane, you're going to love it. I think it's awesome. It's a
high bottle piece.
Yeah. And it's like one of those things where like there are still segments in the community where you can get a decent shipping cost. You know, sometimes Sideshow's really low, sometimes they're high. Prime 1, sometimes low, high. I mean, it's just everybody's like that right now. So it is what it is. So that's what I just pre-ordered. Jeff, Delaney, have you pre-ordered anything recently that you have coming in or that you're got your eye on?
I ordered a custom piece this week.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So I can't talk about that, but
we can say it was a Batman piece.
It's an awesome Alex Ross Batman piece.
Oh my gosh, it is absolutely incredible.
So,
and it's going to be in 1/4 and 3rd scale.
Yeah, I'm going for the 4th to match up the Superman I ordered.
Yeah. I might be right behind you. I'm still trying to decide whether I want, like, I always worry about what the finished product's going to look like, but it seems like some of their other stuff that's come out has been decent. Right. I'm not one to order customs much here on the channel. I do have Solomon Grundy coming, that massive 1/4 scale. And that's really the only thing I've ordered, but that Alex Ross looks really good.
Yeah, I'm worried too. I've only ordered like one custom in my entire life, so it's a risk for me, but they're too cool to not give it a shot.
Yeah. Dan, are you considering that piece at all, that Alex Ross piece?
It's tempting. It really is, but I don't know. I'm not decided on that yet.
Yeah, I just wish I could see what it looks like printed and finished. So, you know, but I know that oftentimes if you wait, you're not going to get one. So
right.
Yeah, the edition size on the Batman quarter scale is I think it was 60.
Yeah, 60 and then 30 on the 3rd scale.
Yeah, if he gets enough orders. He wasn't sure about the 3rd.
Oh, yeah, maybe I should order that one.
It's a possibility though. I could definitely see him, you know, up here next to the artwork. I think he'd look great.
Yeah, and he won't take up a lot of room.
Right.
You guys know in my Bat Bunker, my plan is to have all my quarter scales up front and then the 3rd scale stuff on the side. I've also thought about just making that entire front just Batman statues.
Yeah, well, that'd look great.
You know, and all the different scales and just different Batman. Since I am the Batman statue collector, like that would be kind of cool. That'd be a lot of dedicated space, but then I can get as many Batmans as I want and still be able to have all the villains on the sides. It would still be Batman surrounded by the villains theme. I don't know. I'm going to kind of play around with that, but anyway, let's see. How about you, Jeff Morris? Anything else coming in your cave, or is that Captain America it for a while?
That was it for now.
Okay. Well, that's pretty awesome. So let's see. I've got a couple of different things that I want to talk about real quick. First of all, I wanted to show everybody this because I thought this is all because of you guys. The channel today hit the 10 million views on YouTube, which I thought was pretty darn awesome. And I can't thank you guys enough because, again, you guys are the reason why I'm hitting these kind of numbers. because you watch, and 10 million views. It's pretty crazy. Pretty awesome.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Incredible.
Super excited about that. So anyway, I just wanted to thank everybody in the community for that. The second thing I wanted to do is, I know Eric saw this, but did you guys see this today? Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically they have named Jim Lee the president and everything else in between, it seems like.
He's the only person working there now.
I was going to say, I don't know if anybody else is working there. Yeah, he is the everything of DC Comics today. They announced he does still answer to the boss, the Warner Brothers boss, but he is basically DC Comics at this point. What do you guys think of this news?
Seems like good news to me.
Yeah, I think if they're going to choose a single voice, his is probably right up there at the top of the ones they could choose.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really awesome news, and congratulations to Jim Lee. Of course, he is we are big fans of him in the channel. So I'd still like to meet him one more time without a mask. Hopefully, fingers crossed that'll happen. We've had 2 bad lucks, but anyway, it was awesome to see him and meet him again in New York. I know Dan and I and Eric did that, and Matt Martin. I think he did too, right? Matt did.
Yep.
So that was just awesome. I thought that was really cool news. So
yeah, it's awesome news.
Anyway, so what else is new going on with you guys? Well, Dan, I know Dan got some new lighting, which I'm very excited about. Kind of a spoiler alert for one of my upcoming Bat Bunker videos, but you want to tell them the story about the lights?
It's a cautionary tale, Chris.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yes.
So you had been doing your homework on lighting as part of the Bat Bunker project.
Yes.
It inspired me to take a step here in my own collection room that I hadn't taken, which is to redo the lighting. I thought that the lights you had kind of selected for your Bat Bunker made a lot of sense. So I ordered them. And as you messaged me in our private chat here for the Rogues, you said, "Oh, you're going to beat me to it in terms of having them installed," because I had them installed last Saturday. And now the lights are. I'm just going to use names and everything, Chris, because
do it. Yeah, drop them.
Yeah. So the name of the manufacturer is called Lumary or Lumary, Lumary. They have actually fairly high ratings. They have like 4.6, 4.7 star rating.
Good reviews.
1,500 reviews or so on Amazon. So got the lights in. My friend is a good friend of mine's a master electrician. He installed them Saturday morning. Now these lights are only controllable by an app, or by Alexa, which is fine. And hooked them up. And I'll try to make this story a little shorter. So I have, for those of you who don't know, I'm also a very techie person, very gadget person. I've worked in software my whole career. So this stuff is not, I'm very comfortable with it, with the whole smart home devices, etc. So I got them connected to the network, and long story a little shorter, they are unstable on the network. The app is garbage. There's a ton of what's called latency in the application, meaning if you tap a button, you're waiting 3 seconds or more for that function to happen. If it happens, it's just brutal experience. I reloaded the app. I reset the devices, all 8 of the lights, excuse me, on the network. I mean, I went round and round. So long story, end of story, garbage. So I can tell you though, I immediately contacted Chris in the hopes that he didn't have 20 of these things installed and regret it. I have Philips Hue lighting all over my house. So from a light bulb standpoint, so every bulb in my house is Philips Hue, all controlled by an app, all very, very easily and consistently and stably controlled by Alexa. I went on Philips Hue's website, found the same exact size and type of light as the Lumary, and purchased those. So I'm swapping them out. Fortunately, knock on wood, they are the exact same size. So the holes that are in my ceiling will facilitate them. We'll hold them. So anyway, anybody looking, go with Philips Hue. Trust me.
So Dan messaged me, of course, and we do a little FaceTime chat the other day at work. And so I bought like 25 of those lights.
Yeah.
And of course I bought them back in January or February, and my expiration date for returning is gone. So I've got all these lights that I'm sitting on that Dan says, well, they're crap. So I talked to Dan. I do no research on the Philips Hue, but I trust Dan beyond compare. And so I ordered about $1,300 worth of Philips Hue lights, and I got them. I got half of them in. I actually got 8 in today.
Oh, nice.
Or over the last couple of days. I bought some on Amazon and some directly from Philips. And because I kind of kept second guessing how many I'm going to put. So I am going to put 20 in that room. I'm going to put 20 of those Philips Hue and then one in the cove. So it's a lot of money, but I know we talked to my electrician, and he said that he feels better about the name brand. Just the reliability of those. I also bought all my LED strips this week for the cabinets. So they're continuing to work on that, but I can tell you that there are some lights up in the Batcave right now that are working and on. And so, but yeah, what a nightmare. I'm sorry. And again, I feel bad because like I researched, like that's something I usually do ad nauseum. Yeah. And again, they got good reviews, but as soon as Dan said nope, especially the Wi-Fi thing worried me because I don't know what kind of Wi-Fi I'm going to have in the bunker. And so that really worried me. I
have one of the most expensive advanced Wi-Fi systems you can buy in my house.
Yeah.
And
that's what really worried me.
And like I said, I'm no stranger to this stuff, and it was not, it was not good. So I'm glad you avoided the crisis. I'm glad we got through it, and I'll let you know. I should have mine installed here sometime toward the end of the week. So
that's awesome. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping they can go ahead and install at least part of them. Since I already have some in, and I'm supposed to get the next day or so. I'm supposed to get the rest.
They go in real easy. The hard part is the layout. Getting the layout done, and you're sealing all the wires run and everything. It won't take them long to stick those up.
Well, they went ahead and cut 6. They cut 6 holes just to kind of line it up where it was going to be, and then we should be good to go. So that's exciting. Batkid Voodoo says Dan was all of that on a dedicated network. Philips Hue handles packets nicely because of their bridge. Yeah. I've had the same experience with non-Hue systems.
Yep, he's exactly right. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, uses so the first part of that question is if he means the Lumeri lights, those are not on a dedicated IoT network. They use Zigbee. Those are Zigbee lights. So these, the Philips Hue lights are on the Wi-Fi.
Mike Steinberg says, my collection's so small, I just use a flashlight. That is fantastic. I want to give a shout out to the Everyday Collector as well. Anyway, I wanted to share that story because I'm like, well, that's pretty timely. And again, I think it'll all be okay in the end. And hopefully I'll be able to sell on my other lights on eBay or something because they might still work great for somebody. It's like, again, they got really great reviews. So who knows?
Yeah. Yep.
Who knows? Let's see. You guys, we'll move on to topic number 1 for this evening. And again, it's been a couple weeks, so some of this news is a little bit older. But I wanted to talk about that PCS announcement that they're trying to make collecting more fun and exciting. What did you guys think about that news?
I think it's good. It's nice to have smaller edition sizes. I see that today he edited that a little bit.
He did. I wanted to talk about that too.
Yeah. No, it's all good. I think the coin thing might be a little gimmicky. But hey, free coin, it doesn't cost you anything. So that's fine. But overall, the idea that they're going to have an exclusive and an ultra exclusive and a regular, that sounds cool. I think it's great that Sideshow and some of our favorite distributors will have a shot now at the exclusive, if not the ultra exclusive.
Yeah, so basically what they did is they came out and said that they're going to have the regular, and the regular will still be available Sideshow and other places. But then they were going to have an exclusive, and then, or they're going to, what do they call it? Deluxe exclusive, and then an ultra exclusive. Is that what they called it?
Yeah.
That were going to be only available through their website. And it was going to be different swap outs or different add-ons or different things. And you would also get coins, like you mentioned. And so it was going to be real silver. And they had a platinum one, and then like a gold one right here. And then you got that with every single exclusive, basically. And then also you can get this ruby ticket. And if you got this ruby ticket, I think it was, what was it going to do? Get you like a certain percentage off.
It was like $200 off your next purchase or something.
So, which was great. This was not going to be in every box. Obviously, this was going to be in just random boxes.
The coins, too. The coins are not in every box.
Oh, they were random too?
Yeah, they're. I mean, it's real silver, real gold, real platinum.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of finding the golden ticket or something like that. It's a good deal if you get a coin.
Do you guys like Jeff mentioned it being kind of gimmicky? Do you guys feel the same? I kind of do. I feel like it'd be kind of neat to get one. Like I got a coin from Queen Studios when I was at San Diego. I was like, that's cool, but like,
yeah,
I don't know. What do you do with it?
If you're buying platinum, silver, and gold, you could we're going to take $25 or $30 off of every statue and pricing it. Or we'll pay 10% of your shipping or 15% of your shipping.
Ooh, I like that. That would be a great idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Eat the shipping cost. Oh, that would be awesome.
Or a discount, like your next purchase, you get 10 or 15% off.
I vote you for next statue president. I think that's a great idea. That's awesome. But I do like the idea of I think it's fun. It's kind of, if you get this random exciting thing and it helps take money off or whatever, I think that's a great idea. But then the other thing that like Jeff was mentioning, that they kind of, they said that they listened to feedback, they listened to their customers, and they've tweaked it a little bit, where now the deluxe exclusive is also going to be available at like Sideshow and some other places. And I don't know if maybe like Sideshow threw a fit. I don't know if that was like we want part of that action. So I really don't know. But anyway, I think that's going to make some collectors happy. But they are going to only have the ultra exclusive available on their website. And so,
well, the way that he presented it. Go ahead, Jeff.
On the ultra, what is the difference in them? Is there
extra parts? I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a switch out arm or hand on the one going up tomorrow. Is it Shredder?
It's Shredder tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a switch out hand with a different weapon. So it's a legitimate exclusive or ultra.
And nobody else will have that.
Yeah, and there's only 75 of them.
So I mean, that does make them very collectible. Especially if you are, somebody that really cares about ES, or, buys to sell, or, hopes to flip it someday and get, a good price, because obviously there's not going to be a ton of these out there. Sorry, what else were you going to say, Jeff? Sorry.
Only that the way he presented it was the reason that they're going to allow Sideshow to carry the exclusives as well as some other distributors is that some collectors wanted to be able to use their Sideshow rewards points, because they've done that in the past, because Sideshow is distributing PCS stuff. So this allows them to do that. And it also helps some international folks with shipping. Remember, Tweeterhead bumped into that when they were trying to sell stuff on their site exclusively, where shipping became a huge problem because it was so much more expensive for them than it was for Sideshow.
Yes.
So this does help some international folks with shipping costs. But the other thing is, by allowing these other folks, other companies to carry the exclusive, he's also raising the edition size on the exclusive. So it was going to be 175. He hasn't announced yet what the new edition size for the exclusive will be.
But it'll be more.
It'll be more.
It'll be more. No doubt about it. That's for sure. Well,
now,
Mm-hmm.
is PCS the company that Sideshow kind of stepped in and helped pull their crap together a couple of years ago?
Yes,
Yeah,
I believe so.
Something happened. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, they've definitely been partners for a while. Which again, I feel like that might be part of the reason for the change.
I think also Ant wasn't the original owner. I think he was one that stepped in and took over and fixed things. No, for PCS.
I don't know.
Because they were having issues. They were having like horrible feedback and complaints, and I believe he took over the company or something like that.
That could be. That could be.
It could be wrong.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Sideshow is not frustrated at this development, because if you watch or if you observe Ant's posts on Facebook, the lines that they were distributing were not selling. The Rocky lines, none of those pieces made them money. No, I mean, I'm talking about PCS.
Right.
And he talked about other lines too. They didn't make any money. So I don't think Sideshow is terribly disappointed that they're not distributing lines that aren't selling.
No, that's very true. I mean, again, they all want to make money. I mean, that's the thing. Paula says, how about more transparency, better pricing, and a larger range of characters that would make collecting more fun? I think that, I mean, at least PCS wise, I feel like they are getting more licenses. They're acquiring really different things. Definitely offering characters that no one else is doing.
And transparency.
What do you guys think about the announcement about that online market to where you can sell off your pre-orders?
Yeah, what do you guys think about that part?
I have a theory about that. If you talk to any distributor, one of their biggest problems is people wanting to cancel orders. I think this is Ant's way of saying, hey, you don't want your order anymore? Here's the marketplace. It takes it away from him and his people and makes it this self-service marketplace where you can try to get rid of your no longer wanted pre-order.
Yeah, because they don't want to sit on boxes. It's the same thing that clearly why we see the constant sales at Sideshow. It's like we got this warehouse space. We don't want these boxes. We want to get them out to customers. We want to sell them.
Sure.
He also said in the interview, though, he promoted it as we want to influence entrepreneurs to come in. And if you want to buy something as a pre-order and flip it to make money off of it, we are welcoming that.
I mean, there's definitely a market for that. There's definitely people out there that would be interested. There's definitely going to be people that just legitimately want it, because they slept on it or they didn't pre-order it. So it'll be interesting to watch. It'll definitely be interesting to see how it goes. I do like that they're, again, being very transparent about the entire process. And Ant was the first one to say on that live stream, God bless him, it's like, we're still figuring it out ourselves. We're still trying to tweak it and figure out what's going to be best.
That sure rubs me the wrong way, though, to welcome flippers.
Well, that's like Chris just said, nothing's written in stone at the moment. So this could all change too, right?
Well, I mean, that Shredder's a good example. That 75 Ultra X, that's going to sell fast.
Yeah, especially with these low ESs. I'm assuming people are going to, buy up some pre-orders and try to sell them for a little bit higher. Especially when you really have nothing to lose, because it's not even like you have to receive the statue and then sell it. You don't have to try to sell it on Facebook. He's creating an online market on his own website where there's going to be sales for the pre-orders.
This, what Jim Richards said.
Yeah, I don't love when companies
create. This is like those comic books that there was such a hullabaloo about.
Yeah.
It was creating an imaginary scarcity of them.
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely goods and bads to all of this. It's like there is the idea of creating excitement. Obviously, with excitement comes sales for him, which is great. But could be a dark side or faux scarcity, like Jim said. Ryan says companies without a clear plan just seem shaky. Really, you don't run your plan by a major distributor first. That could be. I mean, again, I don't know. There might have been some serious conversations this last week since the announcement. We are not privy to those. So I don't know. JR says, I'm all about gimmicks. It's not good for the addictive personality and FOMO anxiety, though. I mean, that's the thing is a lot of us fall right into it. We fall for it.
Yeah. And like we kind of talked about before, these gimmicks are not free. they're raising the price of the statue to accommodate the cost of platinum, gold, and silver. They're not just giving it away, folks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why not just?
I'm with you, Jeff. Get rid of the gimmicks, lower the price of the statue.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'd prefer that. And like Jeff said, man, like offer discounts on shipping, do like little things like that. That's going to solidify your fan base more than any other like collector club type of thing, I think.
Oh yeah.
If you offer the customer value, I mean, you could say that the coins are value because you could sell them or melt them down, or because if they're real. But I can't imagine very many people go into the trouble to do any of that. You know, I mean, if I got a coin, it would just sit on my shelf. That's what it would do.
Oh, I would take it to my local gold dealer and ask him what he'd give me for it.
Well, there you go. I mean, it's gold.
Or maybe you could flip it.
Link
Sell
Kramer
it
says
on the
that,
handy dandy secondary market.
Yeah, the
right.
PCS marketplace. There you go.
That's right out there. Buy, sell, trade, baby.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see PCS trying to do something on their own and see if we can, from American companies, make more collectibles other than just Sideshow. And again, I'm all for supporting the United States companies. There's only 3 that are in the United States right now: Sideshow, Tweeterhead, and PCS. And so, I always wish them well. I hope they do well. Let's see. See if there's anybody else that commented on it. It's due to not selling why the Mortal Kombat line is going away for now. I think also the wrestling line is going to go away. Like, I mean, there's a number of lines that I think that they're going to kind of put to bed, at least for the time being. Kickback says, I think having Ultra and Super Ultra and all sorts of exclusives is getting a tad annoying. I mean, I guess they're not the only ones doing it. I mean, like Prime 1 has regular, exclusive, bonus exclusive. I mean, they're not the only company that does multiple different buying options. However, I do like the idea that they offer a different price point for everybody. So, I mean, if you want the regular and don't care about all the bells and whistles, you might save a couple $100. So I don't, do you guys see anything different from what PCS is doing from other companies?
No, it actually seems like they took a little bit from each company and combined it all into their own thing.
And I think they demonstrated today that they are they're willing to adapt if the marketplace is not positive about their developments.
Breton says PCS has a fairly weak license and appears to want to create faux scarcity to help sell products. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I mean, maybe some of their licenses are considered weak by some, but I like this Ninja Turtles line. That's a really big line for them. Like, that's doing really well, I think. And this Shredder, I think, looks incredible. So I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you feel like they have weak licenses, or do you feel like, I mean, they're definitely different. I mean, that's what I like about them, is that they have different stuff than everybody else.
Well, the fact that the ones they've had so far haven't been selling very well might lead one to believe they're not as in demand as some other characters.
Is that the licensing though, or is that the sculpt?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, you know.
I mean, you can see it both ways.
Yeah.
If a sculpt is more simplistic or looks like a 15-year-old Sideshow piece, I can see why people aren't interested. Like some of the Rocky pieces, I feel like were decent, but I feel like the face sculpts could have been a little bit better on some of them.
Right.
And if you're not being competitive with like a Blitzway, but still charging that kind of price, you got to up your game there, I think.
Yeah, I'm curious. No one else is really trying Rocky. I mean, Blitzway did the 1/4 scale, which was a great piece. But yeah, I'm not sure. Is a 1980s, 1990s movie icon popular in the 2020s? I don't know.
Jim says could be
that
interesting.
one is. Arnold Schwarzenegger apparently is, but Terminator.
Yeah, that's true.
Jim said it could be interesting to have periodic polls asking the community what they want, or to vote on a list and then go make those pieces. think that's a good idea, especially if you can guarantee that people are going to buy them. That's the problem, is that, licenses are expensive. So, you try to get as many as you can, and then go off of those, but not everybody can get the big DC or the big giant licenses, the Disney or whatever. I think all companies are just trying new ways to stay relevant. With the decrease in collectors lately due to prices and shipping rises, they need to find a way to keep the remaining people. And I think you're right on the money, Superman. I think companies are definitely scrambling right now. Clearly, sales are down. ESs are at an all-time low. I still am in shock with some of these edition sizes.
Yeah.
So I think companies are trying to do whatever they possibly can to make it like, hey, look at our shiny new thing over here, because people just aren't buying. What do you think about that, Eric? Do you agree with that comment?
Sorry, repeat that, because my dogs are running around me like a circus. I'm distracted.
This comment right here about that they're trying to find new ways to stay relevant with the low ESs and decreases in sales. Do you feel like that's what the companies are doing right now? Do you feel like they're trying to hey, look at me over here?
Yeah, like it goes back to what Delaney said. It does feel a little bit gimmicky, but I think what the whole intent is to try to make it fun again. And he even said he's trying to, put the collecting, back in whatever his quote was. But I think he's trying to make things fun again for collectors. So
the issue with selling statue pre-orders is that most statues will most likely have a set number. The scarcity will drive prices up, which will kill people who missed out on the pre-order initially. That's from Caesar there. I think that statue companies need better marketing to grow the community. Man, certain companies for sure. There's some companies that really struggle with the PR side of they're just hyping up their stuff. It's like we talk about it all the time on the channel. We're like, what are they doing? Like, why?
Well, it goes back to like I said, he feels like he took a little bit from each company. So if you look at the coins, XM used to do coins back in the day. If you look at like the reward points, that's something like Prime One does, and Sideshow's well known for. The deluxe, the exclusive, the bonus, it's all things that Sideshow, Prime One, and all these other companies are doing. So it's kind of like he tapped into each company, took a little bit of each piece of each company, and just try to mash it all into one and do his own thing with it.
So. Sure. Aren't those things, those benefits to buying PCS only as good as a collector that collects fairly consistently with PCS?
I would tend to think.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know many collectors that, at least within my circles, right? And if folks in the chat, call me, let me know. I don't see a lot of people that collect. I've got lines. I've got a lot of PCS. I've got volumes of PCS statues on.
Let's do this. Dan, how many PCS pieces do you have?
None.
Jeff, how many PCS pieces do you have?
I was trying to think what they have. They did
the
Ninja
Turtles. Turtles, Mortal Kombat.
No, they missed
Rocky, the wrestlers.
Drago.
Jeff Delaney, how many pieces do you have?
0.
How many does the Batman statue collector have? 0. How many do you have, Eric?
0. But if I was a Ninja Turtle collector, I would have those Ninja Turtle pieces.
Me too. I love those. I think they're awesome.
I think that's the strongest line.
So Eric, that's actually a really good point. So let's say for a minute that you were a turtle enthusiast and you were going to collect those. What past that do you collect with PCS? Right?
That's it.
That's the thing. It seems to me like the coins and the rewards it makes sense with a company like Sideshow or for us, Prime One, if you're doing business with them fairly consistently, because then you derive benefit. But I could care less about some silver coin I get from PCS for the one statue that I really have to have from it.
Look at when XM was doing it. I think they were doing it to like if you ordered, or they eventually switched to the plaques. The first 100 orders, get a coin or get a plaque, and then they stopped doing it. I feel like they kind of felt like maybe it was like unfair or getting annoying to people that weren't getting one.
Yeah.
So now we have PCS coming in, and now they're doing the whole coin thing again after XM just stopped it.
So I will say PCS also does all the horror characters like Michael Myers and Jason and some of those. They've done those. Again, the Mortal Kombat you mentioned.
And they did Lady Death and Deja Thoris and Purgatory and all the ladies.
Vampirilla. I mean, they've done a ton of statues, but like I don't know very many people that collect, like Dan said, that collects a ton of them. Yeah. And really the system benefits the PCS collector. So if you're a PCS collector, I'm sure that you're excited about a lot of this news. But if you're not, then maybe you could care less, and that's, but like it was said earlier, I feel like with the current situation, and I wanted to get back to, let me see. I wanted to get back to Matt T's question. Where was that? Here we go. He says, do you think ESs are becoming lower and lower because the market is saturated with so many options now? Me personally, I think that's part of it, but I also think that people just aren't spending the money right now because money's a little tighter. Would you guys feel like, do you guys agree it's kind of a balance right now? Probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I do, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, but Jeff Delaney made a really good point on this. It was a counterpoint to something I said. I had suggested, this was on a show a couple months back. I had suggested that the statue companies had kind of cracked the code on how to make statues profitable at lower volumes, meaning that they could still make a low ES 100 on the Joker Batsuit and still make money. The reason, though, and Jeff's counterpoint wasn't so much a counterpoint, but an alternative view was it's still a going out of business direction, because it's not enough in absolute dollars. You still need the right volume of overall dollars. You know what I mean? A statue company's not going to stay afloat by making 100, 200 ES runs of statues.
Right.
Do you think that they have that Detective 1000 Batman that they have, and Hush Batcave that they sold a crap load of? That's probably what's carrying.
Oh God, yeah.
It is no question about it. But
yeah, if they didn't have their hits,
find those though.
If they didn't have their hits, I don't know where we would be.
Yeah.
And
it's like you said, if every release is 100, nope, they're not staying afloat.
Going back to the edition size, is it really that they're like doing something like exclusive for the the collectors, offering these low edition sizes, when, like Dan said, it was probably going to happen either way? Look what's going on right now. Sideshow dropping their ESs, Prime One's dropping their ESs super low, and these are like popular pieces, to where PCS, like we were saying, does kind of like lesser known licenses, which it usually does have a lower ES either way. So
yeah.
Well, one thing they're doing that I really like is that you have a set edition size on the exclusives and to be determined on the regular. So it gives them the opportunity to have a big hit.
Yeah.
But also gives them the opportunity not to produce too many if they don't have a hit.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a good point.
It's benefiting them as well. Yeah.
And that's smart. That's definitely smart. But
I like to hear about companies like we were talking about Legendary Beast Studio creating all these new DC characters. It's like
perfect example. So Chris, you're hitting on what I was just going to hit on, which is, and we talked about companies. I think it was Paula that said more transparency or engaging with the community, and those are my words. But how about listen to the collectors about what we want and just give us what we want, and
right?
Buy it. I'm dying to see what the results look like for Penguin and Ivy, for example, from Sideshow. I hope those are big hits for them.
I do too, and I mean, and it really goes to show, like, yes, they know if they make another Batman, they're going to sell a certain amount, but are they going to sell as many as they used to? No, they won't.
Yeah.
So again, listen to the fans. Maybe this is the time when low ESs are the thing. This is the time to give those characters a chance.
Yeah.
Sell your 200 or 300 or whatever. And then, what do you got there, Jeff?
Someone in the chat was asking if it was Alex Ross. It is. This is from Gray Matter Art.
Nice.
That's
awesome.
Nice.
Beautiful print.
Beautiful. Yeah.
I found it in my closet the other night.
Hey, that's a good find right there, buddy.
Where that went.
That's a good one.
In the tube, and I saw the Gray Matter Art thing on it, and I was trying to think, I wonder what that is. And I opened it, and I thought, I remember really liking that when I ordered it.
That's really a beautiful print.
So this quote that you have up,
Yeah, I was gonna say, let me read it real quick. So
Yeah.
this is from Max. This is a Canadian $6.99 super chat. Thank you very much. They say they are trying to bring back the fun. We don't need the fun back. We need reasons to order. I need money, no coins, no gimmicks.
Yeah. See, what I'm also going to say was, I'm already having fun.
Yeah.
I never lost the
Yeah.
fun. So bring me the lowest price you can, and that'll be even more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead of using the word fun, maybe it should just be the honest, hey, we're just trying to drum up sales.
Bring the
Yeah.
funds.
Yeah, bring the funds. Yeah, bring the funds back.
But I have to give them credit. Shredder looks fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
It does.
I'm actually doing.
Both blades look fantastic.
Yep. I just
I'm
filmed a
confused on
hit or
the
miss.
blades. Are there two blades?
Yes.
There's different swap
I remember
outs.
the one that's moving.
There's a dynamic one that includes like 5 vampires on the base, and then there's a museum one that doesn't have any vampires.
I just did
I've seen pictures of it.
I did a hit or miss video, but I'm waiting for some of the commentary because I didn't know the price point because it goes up for pre-order tomorrow, I believe. And so that'll be up either tomorrow or the next day. But I love that piece. I think it looks fantastic. I think a lot of collectors are going to love it.
You mean Shredder, right?
What did I say?
Well, I'm not sure if you mean Shredder or Blade.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shredder.
Yeah.
Shredder. But I mean, the blade looks cool too.
Yeah, I've heard not one complaint about Shredder.
Yeah, it looks really, really
People
good.
seem happy with the blade, the first one.
Yeah. I think they will do with the second one too.
Bullseye's asking any word on that Tweeterhead Batman. I actually just got an image from Chad earlier tonight that shows all the pieces. Sorry, I'm getting an echo all of a sudden. I don't know where that's coming from. Let me mute a couple people here. I think it's Eric's. Yep. Anyway, I just saw it and it is being printed. It's being painted. Also, Two-Face is printed and they're doing a few paint tweaks on him. And so we should see him very, very soon. There is a chance, I'm not sure yet, but there's a chance that I'm going to be able to premiere the Batman for you guys here on the channel. We'll kind of wait and see. It'll depend on Sideshow, but anyway, I'm really excited to bring that to you. But yeah, it's coming, guys. It's coming.
I hope they have both of those at Monster Palooza.
I'm hoping so too. I haven't heard one way or the other. Sorry, I don't know if it's. Yeah, I think it's still Eric. I'm not sure what's going on, Eric. But anyway, when is Monster Palooza? Is it next month?
First weekend of June.
Okay, so getting close. About a month away.
A month away.
Yeah. Kay Wiley, $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Very much. Off topic, wanted to blame Jeff D for his review on the Queen Studios Civil War Spider-Man. Review was great and helped me pull the trigger on it. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Oh, cool. I'm glad. Yeah, I love that piece. I'm really happy with it.
It's awesome. Anyway, thank you very much for the super chat. Is there anything else you guys want to say about the PCS stuff before we move on, or? I still think it's cool, but it just might not be for everybody, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be positive about it. I don't want to be negative, but hopefully it'll be successful.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll move on. We got 200 people watching. Thank you guys very much. Please hit that like button. That really helps the YouTube algorithm. It helps people find us live. So thank you for your support. Again, thank you guys for the super chats tonight. That's awesome. We also got some new members joining us tonight as well. So thank you very much. We'll move on to topic number 2. This was another suggestion in the either the group or on YouTube. And they said topic 2, they want to know that with convention season heating up, since Jeff Delaney, the timing was perfect. He just mentioned Monster Palooza. Do we have any tips and hacks to optimize your time while you're at the convention? I know Jeff's still going to that. I know Jeff and I are also going to San Diego Comic-Con. I'm still trying to pull the other gentlemen that way. I'm still hoping that maybe we can convince them to go because I think it'd be one heck of a good time. We're also hoping I'd like to do like we did in New York, Jeff. I'd like to do a little quick Rogues Gallery meetup. I know a lot of people suggested that, so hopefully we can do that this year. Just a little meetup. But we've all gone to cons. You guys want to offer any advice that you've learned over the years of navigating these crazy events?
Wear good shoes.
Yeah, wear good shoes. Bring water with you, because you're go. Sometimes, like, God, whenever I was in San Diego, I didn't eat, I didn't drink anything except for whenever we went to lunch that day. Like, I just went.
If it's a bigger convention, have a plan, because the very first time I went to New York Comic Con, which is huge, I spent the entire convention just walking around in circles trying to figure out where I was going, and even the people that worked there didn't even know the answers to where I needed to go. So I wasted a good solid 2 days just doing nothing but walking back and forth. So look at the floor map. Usually the conventions post like a floor map of everything. I'll tell you where all the artists are sitting, or where everybody's setting up their booths and stuff like that, and just try to have a plan and map it out.
I think that's a great advice. I know, like, especially if there's certain people that you want to meet, you might need to make them a priority. I will say, like, for me, the last couple of shows, my priority has either been statues or comic book artists, and to meet them. But I've also discovered that usually when you get there in the morning, the comic book artists aren't there yet. Mm-hmm. So that also might deter your plan a little bit, because sometimes they'll roll in lunch, or, it's just like sometimes they have their times posted. Sometimes they don't get there till the evening. And so if you make your plan just based on that, have a backup plan to do some other things, like go look at the other artists, or go look at the cool booths upstairs, or, whatever. But know that sometimes the people that are supposed to be there when you think that it's going to be open, they're not always there.
Yeah, it's good point. Don't ever trust the websites, like I just said, because they're usually wrong.
But they're helpful. They're helpful.
Yeah, I find if you follow each artist, say if you really want to see an artist, follow him on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. That's usually where they post their times and what time they're going to be there and what days they're going to be there, because the websites never seem to update with that info.
Yeah. And if you're into panel discussions, most of the big conventions post the schedule long before the convention starts. Something like San Diego, there might be 2 or 3 things going on at the same time that interest you, because there's a lot of things going on at the same time. So you really have to pick and choose and make a plan.
And I'll say something about the panels too. Like, the first time I ever went to a panel was with you in San Diego, and because I had never really done them, and I love them. I think they're a lot of fun. I mean, they're not all of them for everybody, obviously, but I like that you can kind of get off the floor for a little bit. It's kind of quiet. You can just kind of chill out, because again, like, if you're going, and sometimes it's overwhelming with all those people, like you're like shoulder to shoulder trying to get through. And I'm sure this year will be even worse, probably.
Hey, seeing Bill Sienkiewicz interview Frank Miller.
Yeah. I mean, that was right. How cool is that? I mean, and just the people we saw, and both in New York and San Diego, it's awesome. And it's like, you don't, I just kind of think of like how many of those have I missed over the years that I would have loved.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, just even being able to see Jim Lee draw live, like little stuff like that. Like, that was really fun. And so, definitely check out those program guides to kind of like see what's coming up, and definitely pencil some of those in. Because again, it's just kind of a break. You can go get some food or something, get some beverages, and just sit back and relax and enjoy seeing some superstars. It's pretty awesome.
Seeing Jenny Friesen at WonderCon, that was a great panel. She's kind of an introvert, so it was kind of a big deal for her even to come to the convention. And she said she walked up to her table the first day, and there was a short line, and she said to her husband, "Oh, good, it's not too overwhelming." And he said, "Honey, it's around the corner." And she kind of wigged out a little bit and had to take a moment and contain herself before she even sat down and said hello to anybody. It's funny. She's very entertaining. She's great at a microphone, but apparently she's really an introvert.
Well, and again, it is overwhelming walking into San Diego for the first time after having only been to like Dallas or Kansas City.
Yeah.
Whoa. I mean, it is overwhelming. And just, again, like you said, trying to get your bearings of where stuff's at. Yeah. I made a beeline to the Sideshow booth and the Tweeterhead booth, and that's whenever I met up with you. And
did I do a good job?
I didn't leave that area for quite a while.
Oh no, yeah, of course.
We all witnessed that on camera with the sideshow going.
Yeah.
You watched the sideshow convention, you could see you in the background.
Yeah, just wandering around. That's like I didn't leave that area for what felt like the entire night. But then the next day, definitely had a chance to venture out and meet the artists and do some of the other stuff. Go over to the PCS booth and the Iron Studios booth. Do you guys think that those companies will be all back for San Diego?
I heard that Weta is not coming back.
Who?
Weta. And
Really?
Weta always had a very large booth with a lot of great stuff. So they're going to be missed for sure.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Sideshow will be there. Tweeterhead will be there, obviously. And I'm bringing my whole family. Yeah, Iron Studios. I'm assuming maybe Queen will have another section again. I'm hoping.
Maybe
we'll see. I haven't heard anything at all. But I'm excited to go. I'm bringing my whole family this time. I'm also doing Dallas Fan Expo, which is awesome. I'm really excited. I'm going to meet, I think I'm going to meet Chevy Chase and Kevin Smith. I think those are the two people I'm going to meet up with. Definitely on my list to meet. So I don't know. Any other advice, guys, that you can think of that's helpful whenever, what about you, Dan? Like, what do you think is your biggest piece of advice for navigating a con?
Or what about what to bring? I know Dan's got or even like what to bring. We didn't mention that, carrying stuff and all that.
Yeah. So, I mean, well, start with Eric's point first. A comfortable backpack, and depending on kind of what you're planning on, if you're going kind of shopping to the con, which most people are in one form or another. I mean, even if you're getting autographs in Celebrity Row, you're probably, getting printed pictures and that kind of thing. So have something that you're carrying that can protect those items. If you've got top loaders or plastic sleeves at home from just other things, bring them with you so that you can, drop them in. I tend to like art prints. I like getting artist signed prints, those kinds of things. The ones that are rollable, it's good to have. I think it's a 20-inch plastic tube, and you just kind of attach it to the side of your backpack. And
I was just going to say, I've always done the flat ones until I was in New York with Eric, and we did a trade, and I got his plastic sleeve.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that I'm never going to go to a con without that thing now.
That's the thing, when these conventions are so crowded, and then you have like this great piece of artwork you just got, and then people are bumping into you, and you got to worry about it, getting creases, or, if you put it down somewhere, it's a nightmare.
Yeah. If you can have the tube and it could fit in your backpack, have a bottle of water or two in there, some snacks. I think all that's helpful.
I would say the other thing is a lot of the the mid-size cons and up will start on Friday. If you can identify those things that are high priority for you, and those things are available on Friday, go on Friday.
Yeah.
Because Saturday's nuts. And Sunday, sometimes you have artists that, don't necessarily show up to their table very much of the time, where things are sold out, or celebrities want to, only come for Friday and Saturday, those kinds of things. Just went to MegaCon, for example. That show starts on Thursday. The real big shows will start Wednesday night preview night at San Diego, and then Thursday through Sunday. Go early. Identify your very top. These are the 3 things I want, or even the 5 things, and get them done first thing as soon as you get through the doors. I'd also say if you can swing it, and there's an elevated badge level that gets you in early, and you've got things that you're looking for, priority things, it's probably worth it.
Like a VIP type of thing you can do.
Something like that. MegaCon offers like 3 or 4 different levels of badge, that allow different levels of access. And it's very much worth it. If you're a comic collector, and you have certain, a lot right now, these days variants, are hot. And man, a lot of times they're gone like that. They're gone within a very short period of time on the first day of the con. I bumped into that at MegaCon, several variants. So
you mentioned like going in early, like if you can, like or even just like the first couple of days. Like I've always been the type of, like, if it's a 4-day convention, like I've seen everything mostly within 2 days, like maybe a third. Like I just don't always feel like I need to go for 4 or 5 days. I feel like that's a little bit overkill for me, and it's exhausting too. But like San Diego, I'll probably do. I think we're at least doing 2 days. Might do a third. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I feel like I get everything I need in those couple days. But that's just me. Everybody's different, obviously.
It really depends, I think, on what you want to do. I like, you know, personally I'm there for the artwork and to a certain extent the comics and, you know, meeting the artists. And so what I kind of like to do is have a day where I hustle, like I'm really trying to get done what I know at the end of the con, I'll feel good because I will have, you know, picked these things up that I wanted to pick up.
Right.
And then the third day, maybe, or the second day, even, you have a day where I can just go dig through some long boxes or just kind of peruse and not feel stressed that, oh, I didn't get this done, or I didn't meet this celebrity, you know, or that kind of thing.
Jim Richards, $20 super chat. Thank you very much, Jim. That was incredible. Just saying thanks, BSC, for the ongoing work you put into this channel. Really good content and a lot of it. Thank you very much, Jim. That's awesome. Thank you. Really appreciate that. And we also got another one here. $11 Canadian from Board Cube 1 of 2. He says, waiting in line for Stan Lee signing at Fan Expo, a person beside me unfolded a chair. And I tell you what, by hour 3, I was very envious. That was someone who had planned ahead. That's another great piece of advice. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but there are, again, thank you very much for the super chat, Board Cube 1 of 2. That's awesome. And again, all these super chats go right back into the Bat Bunker project. So again, thank you very much for helping guys with that. I've seen people with those little foldy stools, like where you just kind of, it's like a stick, you know, and you just can sit down wherever you're at. They're pretty helpful. I don't know if I'd want to lug it around everywhere I went, but I guess if I knew I was going to be waiting in line a bunch, that's probably not a bad idea.
You know, it's also helpful if you're there for statues, bring a tape measure. You'll be surprised how much you're using.
That is a great, I'm going to need to bring mine this year.
Yeah.
I was such an amateur last year.
I've got a suggestion for folks too. I don't know how I forgot to bring this up. So at MegaCon in line, and I know this goes a little bit counter to my backpack thing, but I had a guy in front of me, comic and print collector, had a somewhat differently shaped kind of rollerboard little piece of luggage, like a little rolling case. And it's constructed of I think it's a high tensile strength, like aluminum frame. And then it's fleshed out with a bag. So it looks like a little rollerboard bag, but just a little slightly different shape. Anyways, you can sit on this thing. It's got these really high quality wheels on it, so it rolls real easy, and it fits everything perfectly right inside of it. And it's by a company called Zuca, Z-U-C-A. They're sold on Amazon or their site. And yeah, I picked one of those up. I'm definitely going to use one of those next time around bigger shows. It's awesome.
Very, very good advice. Again, it's just
waited in line for an hour and a half for Jim Lee is reason alone of one of those.
Yeah. I still remember me and Eric sitting in the corner on the floor. Remember that?
Yeah. That's why it's good to get there early. You could be the first one and not surrounded by 10 million people around you online.
Yeah, our timing was funny with him because we were kind of like scooted into the end of a last session, and then we just ended up at the very front of the line, although they did put a few people in front of us that I think had missed out the first time. But I don't remember that. I remember Jim Lee's handler was really cool. Like he kind of let us like look back there and peek at some of his art and stuff. And so that was a cool experience. But yeah, just again, so many different tips, and you know what works for us might not work for you guys. But as somebody said just a minute ago, it's like just remember that whatever you bring, you have to carry all day long.
Yep.
Like I tend to carry with me like statue parts. And so I'm worried about them breaking. Like I had my little plastic Tupperware thing in New York. So it didn't break my Jim Lee or my little disc and my David Finch piece of wood and all that stuff.
I stole that idea, Chris. I used that when I brought the harpoon gun on the Sean Murphy White Knight bike. I brought that for him to sign weeks ago. Yeah. I used one of those Tupperware things. I thought did
he remember signing mine?
Oh yeah, he remembered all of us. He remembered coming on the show. He remembered us all. How are you guys? I think I might have mentioned, he said, thank you for all the great work that you guys do. And I mean, yeah. Oh yeah.
He's been so cool. Like he's one of the coolest people that I've met. Like he's so humble and appreciative of just, it's just awesome.
Yeah.
He's an awesome dude.
He was great.
JR, $10 super chat for the boys. This group is the friendliest collector group by far. Side note for Dan, can I frame that museum rag canvas Joker I bought from you like any other picture?
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
I am jealous of JR with that. I was like, I almost like tried to get that. I'm like, oh, it's such a great print.
I did, JR. I had it framed up just like any other print. I've got some right here.
I was gonna say, Dan's got a lot of great stuff on Facebook right now from Jock.
Yes, he does, man. I've been tempted to everything you've put up this last week, and Dan's having like a mega sale right now. He's had statues, he's had art.
It is Wayne Manor North spring cleaning time right now.
Is there going to be anything left in the cave?
Oh, you have no idea, my friend. We're not even to say we're not scratching the surface is like the understatement of no, so for JR, use actually just got a new one of these from Amazon. This green frog tape, painter's tape. Just use this, put a little bit, roll a loop in each corner, and that'll hold that museum rag just well enough in place and frame it up with that.
Nice. Great advice.
Yeah.
I love it. Paula brings up a great point here. Conversation. I need a very strong person to pull me away from the vendors when I get out of hand and my credit card starts. It's just, especially like having gone to, with my friend Damon or my son Ledger, when we go to a con, or being able to hang out with, Dan and Eric and, everybody else that we got to meet in New York. Matt Martin, hanging out with him, and then being able to hang out with Jeff in San Diego, like it makes it so much more fun.
Oh yeah.
Than if you're just there by yourself. I mean, you could get a lot done by yourself, and it, if you have a mission, but man, it's way better with friends and with people that and can appreciate some of the same stuff and understand the same stuff that you like. There's nothing better than that. And so if you have a buddy that's interested in this stuff, I definitely recommend. You'll pass the time. You can have great conversation. And even whenever I was walking around by myself and Jeff and your son was there and you guys were doing your thing and I was doing my thing, people still talk to me constantly. Either people recognize me from the channel or just hanging in line that we were both going to meet the same artist or something, having those conversations. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Everyone's there because they want to be. They're in a good mood.
Yeah, absolutely.
My wife always says that. That's why my wife doesn't have any problem at all coming with me to the convention. She's like, it's just everybody can be themselves. Everybody's in a good mood, wants to be there, and
yeah,
it's true.
Anything else? Matt T says terrific con was awesome last year with Dan and Eric.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Smaller convention and it made it fun.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else you guys want to talk about with convention tips or
Chris,
tricks?
I could share my that I shared with the crew before we went live about my CGC order.
Oh yeah, let's hear that.
So guys, I mentioned in my first MegaCon video, I sent 25 books off to CGC from the floor of MegaCon, some through an agency called Capture Collectibles, and some directly through the CGC booth. Well, they CGC graded them, encapsulated them. They're on their way back to me. And of the 25 books, 22 got 9.8, wow. 2 got 9.6, and 1 got 9.4.
Nice.
So yeah, it was a huge CGC win. And as I mentioned in the video too, some of those books will make their way into the auction. I got them with a few collectors in mind, some amazing Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy books in there. Really, really good stuff. I can't wait to share with you guys.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. It's awesome. And we said this recently that we can't believe how quickly you got them all back.
Yeah, I mean, it's only been a few weeks.
Speaking of CGC really quickly, that art print behind you, Dan, of Harley, they just came out with the newer one with it has a gold, it's a gold background behind it.
Yeah, it's a foil.
Yeah.
Yep, got that on order.
Nice.
I saw a comic book with that on it, up to order. I got an email from somebody with that. It looked really cool.
Yeah,
that picture's definitely been making its rounds on Facebook.
It definitely been making its round. It's a popular one. I think for good reason. It's one of the best covers of the year for me. I love it.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's
I'm
awesome.
checking out these bags. These
a little bit
bags.
of an OG.
What are they?
The bag he was talking about.
Oh, right there.
It's like has a metal frame, and then it's like a nylon canvasy insert.
Is it motorized? You ever see the ones at the airport? You could sit on it and like scoot you around like it's motorized.
Oh no, this one wasn't motorized, but functionally, that Zuka bag, I can't recommend it enough. I ordered one right away. They're not cheap, but they're not super expensive. A couple $100 on average, depending on what model you get. But man, if you're carting stuff around, and if you're going to a con, you're probably carting something around, including yourself.
Yeah, Jeff, would you send that link to our messenger?
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you.
They have pet carriers.
I put that book in today.
I feel like ordering that book now. I'll tell you.
Well, that's cool. What is that one?
Oh,
This is Miko Soyan's deceased #1 variant, Harley Quinn.
That'd be a fun statue.
Oh yes, it would. Actually, there's a custom that actually.
I was going to say, is that the custom that's based off of that? Yep.
Similar, and then got this one. So speaking of conventions, one of the conventions I'll be going to later this summer, Boston Fan Expo, and they've announced Lee Bermejo and Clayton Crane are both going to be there. So I'm kind of stocking up on a few Crane books, the Batman Superman one.
I am still like fingers crossed that he'll be in San Diego. I don't know if he would be, but like
Bermejo?
Yeah.
Has he not in the past? Jeff, has he gone there in the past?
It's been years.
Really?
I don't spend much time in Artist Alley, to be honest.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bermejo, he lives in the UK now. So
it's Paris, actually.
Oh, is it Paris?
I think it's Paris. So
I've got his home address.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do too. I think so. It's like
I should know that. I've got his home address.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that's why he just comes as far. I mean, it'd be a long trip.
It's hard. It's hard to make that trip.
Yeah.
But anyway. I've got one more quick topic before we get to photos. This might not take long, but I thought it would be kind of fun to talk about. We've been hearing a lot more about the big summer movies coming out. What movies are you guys excited about to see this summer? I know that we have Flash and Guardians, both Guardians. That comes out, I think, on Friday. It's my son's birthday. And so I think we might go see that Friday night. But I've heard nothing but great things about that film. I've heard really good things. I don't know if you guys ever watched John Campea, but he always does reviews and gets to see things early. And he said it's not the greatest comic book movie of all time, but he said it's really, really damn good. And so I'm excited about both of those films. So how about you guys?
Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah, Indiana Jones. That'll be great. I hope it's great. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
But it seemed, I mean, especially after the last one, like the last one I was excited about, and it was like, ugh.
Yeah.
They had I think they had 2 or 3 of them on TV the other night. I watched 2 of them. It was like a marathon on like TBS or something.
That's cool. Like Indiana Jones, and we've got let's see, there's a new Transformers movie coming out this summer. There's
Rise of the Beasts, right?
Yeah, that one. What was the other one? Another Fast and the Furious movie. I think number 10 is coming out. That one looks pretty good.
Number 37.
Yeah, 48, whatever it is now. Well, I don't know, which one did you guys most excited about to see? Are you much of a Guardians fan? Like, I love the Guardians.
Yeah, should be great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Flash.
Yeah.
And The Exorcist this fall.
Does anybody know when Flash tickets go on sale?
I was just thinking that the other day. I wanted to see if they had like a pre-order, because where I am, like if you're a major city, sometimes they do a release before even the actual release date, like a few days in advance.
Birthday, Dune 2.
So Dune 2 is coming out. It says not summertime, but I'm assuming during Michael's birthday will be Dune 2.
Actually, I saw some pictures show up online this week from the set of Dune 2, and they look cool.
I still haven't seen the first Dune. Is it worth a watch?
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah. Just Racklin says Spider-Verse 2. That looked really good. I saw the preview recently. I thought that looked really good. We went and saw Dungeons and Dragons. We saw that a month ago or so. I still haven't seen Mario. I really want to see that one. Dylan Hicks says Guardians, Flash, Indy I'll see in theaters. Everything else I'll rent. Probably the same.
Oh, I know what I'm watching this Friday night. I've got a date night with my wife to watch the new Scream movie. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw it.
I would imagine Jeff Morris has seen it. Yeah,
it was fun.
it was fun. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I'm looking
Is
forward
it
to
the
it. I love
same
Scream.
characters, right? Nev Campbell and all those.
No Nev Campbell.
No, but Courtney Cox is in it.
Courtney Cox is in it, and
Yeah.
the kids from the last one.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I want to see Asteroid City.
What's that?
It's the new Wes Anderson movie.
Oh, I saw the ad for that. Yeah, I saw the trailer.
Great
Yep.
cast, and it looks hilarious.
A lot of Disney stuff coming out as well. Different animated stuff, and obviously
Secret Invasion.
Guardians. Yeah, that's Marvel, right?
That's Marvel. It'll be on Disney Plus.
Yeah. So quite a few things coming out. I'm sure there's lots that we haven't,
Mission
thought of.
Impossible.
Oh yeah, that's right. That'll be good.
That's like the last one.
No,
Second to last, maybe.
maybe.
Like first part of the last one, kind of one of those deals, like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
No,
Did you guys
and,
hear? Are you guys Harry Potter fans at all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Did you guys hear the HBO Max news?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
interesting.
awesome. My wife's real hesitant about it because she's a massive Harry Potter fan. But then again, still got old Voldemort over there.
I was actually just talking about
Awesome.
about it with my wife last night. We were trying to see if we could find the trailer for it on YouTube, and like every trailer was like some fake fan made trailer. We could.
Yeah, it hasn't been anything official yet, but they said that each season there's going to be like 8 or 9 seasons, and every season is going to be 1 year of one book, basically.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really neat. I mean, I think they could really expand on characters. Some people suggested like Adam Driver as Snape. I thought that could be pretty good. I think he would be a pretty
That's
good
a
Snape.
great idea.
Yeah, I think he would be perfect for that role. But of course, it's hard to beat Alan Rickman. I mean, he was perfect.
Yeah.
He was
I
perfect.
love Alan Rickman.
Yeah,
Miss
he
him.
is.
Miss
I like
him.
him in everything he did. So it was tough to lose him.
He's
But
supposedly in the running to be Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four.
I saw that too, and they keep
And
saying
they
some
keep
girl
saying
for the
Margot
thing.
Robbie.
Yeah,
Margot
was it-
Robbie for Sue Storm.
Yeah,
Wow.
and who was it that they were saying like it was like a gender swap for the thing?
I think
Oh, for Mila Kunis.
Yeah, is that all
Yeah.
fake or was that? I don't know if
I
that's
think
real.
I think that's somebody trying to create some drama.
It could
Yeah.
be.
But because she is apparently friends with the director and had a public lunch with him, and she was on one of the talk shows, and she said, "I am not in the Fantastic Four, but I do know who is."
Oh, well, that's
So-
interesting. Really cool.
I don't think they would do that. I don't think they would gender swap the thing.
These days,
really
you never know. Ahsoka in August.
Oh yeah,
looking
that's a
forward to
no
that.
brainer.
She's
That's
going to
gonna
be
be
in Dallas too. I'm debating whether to meet her. I think it'd be pretty cool to meet Rosario Dawson.
She seems really cool.
She does.
It's going to be at Baltimore or Boston as well.
She's definitely going to be at Boston.
Maybe it's Boston. Yeah.
Yep, definitely. She's already on their like homepage now, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked expensive though. Like there was a lot of good guests, but then it's like time you take a photo and like if you want to autograph, it's like $300.
it's funny watching the social media posts coming out of MegaCon. So she was at MegaCon as well. It's like she was by far the fan favorite. Like people gushed about how cool she was.
See, that's the thing. So I mentioned earlier that I really want to meet Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase is going to be in Dallas, and so is Christy Brinkley. They'll
Yep.
One of my favorite Christmas movie of all time is Christmas Vacation.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I love it. So I've been watching footage of Chevy at these recent events, and he's one of those people. He could care less that you're there.
Yes.
He doesn't even look at you. Like he barely smiles,
And he's sitting down, right?
and he's sitting down.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, is that a good experience to have? Like, to say I met him?
I had the opportunity, Chris, at MegaCon, and I passed it up because I just couldn't do that. I'm like, that will ruin Christmas vacation for me.
I
If
know,
he's
and
like
that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm like, I really want to
Yeah.
meet him, which like again, I really want to meet Kevin Smith, and he's cool. You know, he's always a
he'll be
cool guy
cool.
to meet.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of his and his directing, but I just feel like Rosario Dawson would be cool because she's a cool person, you know.
Yeah.
But it's disappointing with the Chevy thing. It's like I'd really like to meet him, but at the same time, will it ruin everything else for me?
I don't do many of the celebrity, meetups or whatever, autographs, but used to a lot with Renee. We used to do that a lot together. But I did take the opportunity to meet Gwendolyn Christie from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
and she was phenomenal. What a great, really super nice, super sweet. Yeah, she was awesome.
She's awesome.
Yeah, I met Elvira, and it was everything you want it to be.
She looks like
going to message you about that.
So much fun.
There CGC's having
yes,
like, a thing with her where you can send in your books and have them sign.
Yep, private signing.
Cool.
Yeah,
I saw that
we
today.
leaned into a picture together and knocked our heads together. And I said, "How's your head?" And she said, "I have no complaint. Never had any complaints," which is a line from the
damn.
And we both laughed.
That's a great line. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, this show just went PG-13, I think. Yep. Kevin Vincent says, Dan, you're killing me. Another jock print. Sigh.
Yes.
I just saw that tonight. I'm like, you whipped out another one. Like, darn it.
I know. I have your address, Kevin. Go ahead, do it.
Oh, I tell you. Well, you guys ready to look at photos?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, let me get all this stuff off. Again, please smash that like button, guys. That really does help us out tremendously here on the show. And we'll get to some photos here.
Hey. Hey.
All right, can you guys see the photos okay?
Yep.
Yes.
So we'll start with this guy. This is the shredder we were talking about earlier. This is 1/3 scale from PCS. This does go with their other 4 Ninja Turtles. So this is what they say the platinum exclusives. Does this mean that this is something you could still get at Sideshow, right? You could still get it at other distributors.
Yes.
So do we know what the Ultra will be?
I think the weapon he has on his left arm, he also will have it on his right.
Okay. So here's, I think,
that's
yeah, right here. So this is the, I mean, it still says platinum, so I don't know. I guess I'm still confused. So maybe when it actually goes up for pre-order, we'll be able to tell.
Yeah.
But clearly there's a couple of different swap outs. There's a couple of different portrait swap outs. I think the details on them are really fun.
Who did the Kucharik brothers do this as well? Because they did the Turtles.
I think so.
So I wonder, because when I first posted a picture of this in my Facebook group, the first person to like it was Maria.
Oh wow.
Well, it could be her. I thought I saw somebody post congratulations to them, the Kucharik brothers.
It might just be a coincidence.
It could be. I'll try to do some research on that, but I think this looks awesome.
Yeah,
it does.
It's impressive.
This is kind of the whole statue, from top to bottom. Cape obviously is going to take up some room. Again, this is 3rd scale, so it's going to be a pretty big piece with the different swap outs and things. But
yeah, I love this. Makes me want to collect it.
Yeah, me too. It's fun. Well, you just started collecting Star Wars, Eric. You can't go there. So this is the regular portrait right here with kind of the milky white eyes. But again, it looks really, really good to me. Again, there's that other swap out arm.
So Chris and Eric, from a timing standpoint, were the Turtles kind of right down the middle for you guys in terms of your childhood and growing up with them?
I was getting a little bit older. I was probably, I don't know, maybe 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Same for me. I think you're a little bit older than me, 2 years, 3 years, something like that.
Yeah, I'm 46.
All right, I'm 42, going on 43.
Yeah. So I'll be 47 this summer, but
okay.
one thing about this is like I remember that I love the cartoons. I never read the comic.
Yeah.
But I loved the cartoon as a kid, and I remember specifically going to Burger King when I was a kid because they had these little 20-minute VHS tapes that you can get at Burger King. I remember I had like all 4 or 5 of them. And we didn't really even like Burger King back then, but we had to go and get the VHS tapes. So I collected the toys. I had a number of the toys. And then even when my kids were little, when they came out with the new line, the new comic or the new cartoon on Nickelodeon, collected all of those, which was a lot of fun. But I mean, it didn't last long for me. It probably lasted a year and a half.
Yeah, when I think of like my childhood, the 2 things that come to mind are like Ninja Turtles and like Batman, as far as like movies go, and then maybe like Back to the Future and stuff like that. Like I can remember going to the theater. There's 2 movies I remember going to the theater and seeing the lines wrapped around the entire theater, and that was Batman and Ninja Turtles. And those were the 2 movies that I, as a a kid, and still to this day, where I went and watched it multiple times in a theater. I've never done that with any other movies.
Another story to go along with that. So whenever I was in middle school, I was always a good student, never got in trouble. But one day I got called down to the principal's office, and I was freaking out. I'm like, what is going on? And I got awarded, like, it was called a 0.5 club. So you raised your GPA 0.5. And they took all of the people that went 0.5, and we walked across the field from where our middle school was to the movie theater, and they all took us to Turtles, the first one. And loved it. Absolutely loved the film. I thought it was awesome. So I definitely have a connection to Turtles. It didn't go beyond that much. I didn't, other than some of the toys, I didn't really collect anything other than that. And I haven't since. But it is tempting because the characters are fun. They're real colorful. They're very memorable. So.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I think it's awesome.
So the first picture you showed with the katana in his right hand,
this one right here.
That's the Ultra.
Oh, okay. The katana.
But still says platinum.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I still think I like the other ones better, though.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the katanas on his chest, so it's not like you're missing out too much.
Yeah.
And that battle damage portrait, that's the exclusive.
Okay, so everybody gets that and the swap outs. If you get the exclusive.
If you get the exclusive.
And again, the hold on, I'm gonna switch to a different
it's becoming like Prime 1. It's getting confusing which comes with what.
Yeah. So again, check out PCS's website tomorrow if you want the Ultra. Otherwise, you can order from PCS or Sideshow or your other distributors. But yeah, here's the Ultra. This was a tease. Did you guys see this? This is the Killer Croc Samurai.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Mr. Freeze? They teased Mr. Freeze and
nothing. They haven't even shipped Scarecrow yet.
Oh wow.
And we saw him way before Red Hood.
I think they just released the unboxing video for him. Yeah,
they did. So I was like, well, maybe I'll get it because I bought direct from XM.
So like he was in 1 million pieces. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I think that's the problem because I had a lot of breakage on the prototype that I had to repair. So I do worry about that piece. Dan, you're not getting that one, right?
No, not.
No. But what do you think of this? Are you interested at all at this, or do you think it's a little bit too outside of the box?
I honestly have to reserve judgment. I can't tell from this.
Yeah.
It's a little King Kong-y looking.
That's what, if somebody would have asked me what this was and I didn't know from you guys telling me, I'd be like, it kind of looks like Kong.
That's what I was, like coming through the jungle.
Yeah. Other than he's got a weapon of some kind in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is the first unrealistic, non-person character they've done. Whereas
what
everybody else,
Freeze? Didn't they announce Freeze?
That's what Eric just said. Like, where's Freeze? We haven't seen any tease on him yet. But maybe they're still trying to figure out what he'll look like. This was from Tweeterhead. This is going to be a PowerCon exclusive. Are you going to PowerCon, Jeff?
No, it's not. I don't think it's anywhere close to me.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought maybe was it in like Nevada? Maybe I can't remember. But anyway, they're offering this PowerCon exclusive, different paint scheme on him. So if you're going to PowerCon, this is pretty cool. with the blue version. And this is what the red one was, the one they released prior.
Did they just announce they had a few left on the website too? I don't know if they still have it or not.
They might have.
I feel like I posted that.
But I like the blue color. It's cool. So again, you can get that at PowerCon. And it goes with, it's a character that goes with Hordak. What do you guys think of this one? This one that came out of the blue. This is Superman and Lois Lane. Obviously, it's drawn some comparisons to the the Iron Studios piece.
Mhm.
This is kind of that 1/5 scale-y type, not an official scale. But what do you guys think of this one? I think it's really cute.
I like it. It does have like a little bit of like a character look to it. Like when I first saw this, I thought it was like a J. Scott Campbell piece, the way like the faces were.
I think I prefer the Iron Studios, I think. But I mean, it's a nice looking piece.
I really liked the Art Deco of the train coming through.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I like her heel getting kicked off.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody has liked her face. Well, I think I've got a photo of that, but it's 22 inches high. So this is kind of that same scale as the Batman versus Catwoman, or not versus, but where they're hugging. The embrace, if you will. And that out of the box, I think they looked really good in the out of the box video. So here's her face. Not everybody's liked the face. I don't really find it bad.
It's not
I
bad.
kind of like it.
It actually looks good from this angle.
Yeah, they better get those eyeballs right though.
You know what? She's not looking at him adoringly. She is. To me, that's confidence. That's because they're kind of on an equal plane.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
And the teeth. I can see those teeth and eyeballs going wrong in production if they're not careful.
We'll find out.
That's a lot of teeth. Yeah.
That's a lot of teeth. Say my computer won't go any further than that. That's all we're gonna get.
Yeah.
But I think it's a really fun piece. I think it's cute. There's a better. Yeah.
The one thing that struck me in San Diego about the Batman Catwoman piece is when you see it in person, it really kind of hit me. This really isn't quarter scale.
Yeah, for sure.
It really did look smaller, and that bothered me a little bit.
Well, it didn't help that it was right next to the Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
which is massive.
So did you hear about what happened with that today?
No.
So that piece has been waitlisted for weeks, if not months.
Yes.
And it is now back up for pre-order at a higher price.
Wow.
Really?
So they bumped it up to 700.
That happened once before with something else.
How do you do that with an edition size?
Well, I don't. Yeah,
Is that fair?
I personally think it's fair. Things go up in price all the time.
That happened with another
the
piece too.
opportunity to buy it at the lower price.
But what's to say? Okay, let's say the ES is 500. Okay, and let's say so far they've shipped 300. What's to say that they don't just fake cap it off and say it's waitlisted just to raise the price?
Yeah.
Couldn't they do that?
They could. It would certainly encourage people to order early, wouldn't it?
Which one is this?
Would.
This is the Dark Knight Lightning Bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Probably trying to make up for all the returns they got on those the Lightning Bolt.
Maybe.
Interesting. Well, that could be kind of game changing, couldn't it?
They did this years ago with the original Trinity, where some later batches of a couple of them were a little bit higher priced.
Yeah.
I mean, the market had changed, and they just, I understood it.
Sure. I mean, it does make sense from a business standpoint.
I wonder if they like I'm not even joking. I wonder if they had to go back in and do something different with the LEDs and the lightning bolt, since so many were having that issue.
It's
Could
very
be.
possible. It's very possible. It'll be interesting to see if the batches later on have the same issue. Do you know how much they raised it?
I can't remember the original price. It was 6 something, but I can't remember what it was.
Wow. That's really interesting. I hadn't heard that. That makes me think.
Well, it just happened today.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, anyway, I think this is an awesome piece. I mean, it's definitely just classic. It is maybe a little caricature-y, cartoony in a little ways, but I love it. I think the pose is really cool, and it just, to me, captures that classic spirit of Superman.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Superman in the chat post, it went from 675 to 700. He said.
Okay.
Okay, so 25.
This
That's-
is a
I
piece
guess-
I'm looking forward to seeing in San Diego.
Yeah, this will definitely be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited to see it. So anyway, it looks great. Gives you kind of an idea of the size. Definitely not quarter scale.
I also like that her outfit is kind of timeless.
Yeah.
1940s Lois could wear that same outfit.
And that to me, this looks like 1940s. Like I see this piece, and yes, it could be modern, but that's why I said it feels classic to me.
Yeah.
Like those early years of Superman. Which is why I love it the most. I love it. I think it's great. I mean, if I was collecting Superman, I would want this piece.
Yeah.
I like it. Look at this one. This one came out of the blue. This one is a Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah.
And I don't know who it was if it was one of you guys or somebody in the Facebook group. They're like, why can we not have this as a Batman pose?
That was me.
Okay, it's like, yeah, why can't we not have this as a Batman pose?
Oh my God, how cool of a Batman would that be?
It would be incredible.
Yep.
And I would love a Batman Noir.
Yeah, exactly.
I want a gray ghost.
Yep. Oh yeah.
How cool would this be if they just literally swapped out the portrait to gray ghost? It'd be awesome. They could do that.
I mean, it's a cool looking statue just to begin with. I like this a lot.
Yeah. And I don't know, has Spider-Man ever had a noir, or is this just a Sideshow thing?
Oh, no. Yeah, no, this is something from the comics. This is an alternate universe Spider-Man. He was in the animated Miles Morales movie, and he'll probably be in the next one this summer.
That's right.
This is a legitimate character and kind of a cool one, to be honest.
He's awesome.
Yeah. I'm tempted to buy it. It's a little frustrating for me because it's a big piece. This thing is 2 feet wide.
I mean, you could see just by him holding the base, like it's definitely at an angle.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a space eater.
It's so cool though. I really like it.
I do too. I love everything about it. I mean, again, I just don't know the character, but it's like, I just like, darn it, I wish this was a Batman.
It's kind of a Depression era Spider-Man.
Yep.
It's perfect. It's that kind of that steampunk look, which is awesome. Yeah. I love that era. But I think it's an awesome statue. I think this will be a real underrated piece. But look at that. Look how cool it is.
This is another one that I want to see in San Diego because it might just be too cool to pass up.
This is another one, like not everybody likes this, which I love that Sideshow's doing it, where they're actually painting the shadows or painting the glow on the statue. And, you know, they've done it with so many of the Batman pieces lately, but I love it. I love that they did that. And it's not a new thing. They did it like on the Mythos Vader and some other pieces early on, but I love what they're doing lately. It just makes it come alive for me. I love it. And that's the exclusive portrait right there.
And I have no need for that because the regular is so cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say the regular is way cooler in my opinion than this.
Yeah.
Although you do get like an extra Spider-Man hand thing.
Yeah, but the grapple gun, it looks so awesome. I wouldn't want to put
me either.
The grapple gun has to be used. They
should have switched it and just had that be the exclusive. But anyway, yeah, I don't know why you would need the exclusive on this, but still cool. Yeah, the Spider Idol is what they call it. Sorry.
Yeah, I hope they do well for it.
I do too.
Piece, you know?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. This is the new Dark Side. We saw this teased probably a year or two ago, but it was not painted. And so now we finally have it painted. What was this, like 3,000 something though?
So here's the thing with that.
Yeah, 3,500.
I've got a problem with that picture, that last picture.
This last picture? Okay.
That one.
Yeah.
They always have, I don't know if it's the same guy or not, standing like right up against, but behind the statue. Yep. And this one, they put the statue about 8 to 10 feet in front of him.
Yep.
To make him look bigger.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
Yep. I think it's deceptive, to be honest with you.
I do too. I think that people are going to be disappointed when they see that this is not quite as big as people are going to think. Yeah. And I agree with, I noticed that right off the bat too. When you look at specs on this guy, he's still going to have a good presence to him. I think he's still going to be big, but he's not going to be as big as people think. And especially at a $3,500 price point.
Yep.
That's pretty crazy, but the ES on it's only 99. But regardless, I think he looks really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, looks just like the movie to me. And then you also have the back of the statue has him sitting on his throne, which is pretty cool. I think that's neat, but I also feel like I just wish it was cheaper and not have that. Because you're not going to see the back.
Right.
And especially a bus. Buses are heavy. You're not going to rotate that thing.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I would rather just them quit doing the backs and just giving it cheap to us cheaper.
They just imagine we all have these amazing man caves with pedestals right in the middle of the room where we can display something like this.
Yeah, that is only a guy named Art statue collector and maybe a Batman statue collector. But other than that, but it is cool. I mean, the concept's really cool. I like that. But it's like, yeah,
just from the side.
Yeah, it's cool. Good battle damage on him. Again, I feel like the paint looks really good. Queen Studios does great bust.
Yep.
Love that paint. That metallic.
Yeah, I like the way they did the skin too. A lot of times they do these dark sides and they just make the skin look too simple. Like they actually shaded it nice.
Yeah.
Someone on one of their other streams said it looks like he's on the toilet.
Yeah.
Well,
the thinking man.
That is the toilet.
reading the newspaper.
That's right.
Looks like he's blowing up the toilet.
It's like, damn you, just leave me.
Oh, that was funny.
No. You're never going to be able to look at that a different way now. I mean, that's the thing.
No, we just ruined it.
We have ruined it for so many people here on Rogues Gallery Live.
Sorry, John.
That's right. Yeah.
If you're watching, sorry.
Here's a photo of the two side by side.
This is such crap. Oh my god. It is. That's such a load of shit. Come on.
Yeah.
That looks right. I mean, he should be taller though. I guess you got to raise him up.
That Thanos is gigantic, right?
Yeah.
We've seen video of that guy. That bust is like nowhere near the size of Thanos. And here they'd have you believe he's like 90% the size.
I don't feel like they'll pair up great.
That is just such crap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I would want them as if I had these two, I would want them as equals. Like,
yeah, you want them massive
height and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, you want, and maybe they'll do another version. They did do 2 Thanoses, so maybe they would do a second Dark Side. I don't know. Speaking of Queen Studios, this is their new Cavill. This looks incredible.
Yeah, that looks good.
I am blown away by the likeness. I feel like this is really, really good. These are some really good photos of him. I mean, that looks like him to me. I don't see any problem whatsoever. You know, sometimes we always say like, oh, it looks not so good from this light angle. And even the Infinity Studios one, I felt like it looked good from some angles. This looks like Henry Cavill. I don't see anything wrong with that at all.
Yeah, I agree.
Ditto.
But it's cool to see him in some other photos. This is part of the base. This one, of course, doesn't have the arms, though. So depending on what kind of collector you are. This is another one of PCS's new ones. This is Lady Death. And I know a lot of you say, well, they just came out with a 3rd scale. Well, this is actually going to be a 1/4 scale one with kind of this big throne. Here's kind of what she looks like. I don't know. What do you guys think of this one? I feel like kind of, to me, it looks a little cheap looking.
Yeah, it looked better with the previous photos with all the the photoshopping going on.
Yeah, when you get to all the photoshopping, like that looks great.
Yeah,
but like when you actually look at the statue, I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's all white. I don't know. It just feels.
It's too bright and colorful for a Lady Death statue.
Yeah.
Is it simple though in parts of it? Like I don't know. I feel like it looks kind of like vinyl.
The base definitely is.
Yeah, I mean, I think the stone should have been a darker gray. I think that the color of the dragons should have been different than the colors of the wings on the Angel of Death. I think I don't know. Yeah, I think the whole thing should be darker.
It's like something get at Spirit Halloween.
So maybe that's what it is. Is it because to me again it looks kind of PVC like this, kind of maybe a little bit like Diamond Select.
Okay.
And I agree with you. I think that's what the problem is. I think it's just the paint scheme
Yeah.
because it's just so light,
Mm-hmm.
and it shouldn't be.
Kind of like when XM brought out their Mr. Sinister, and everyone went, "Ah, too much color,
Yeah.
too much color."
Yeah.
And so they completely redid the color scheme.
Yeah, I think if they made everything dark around her, that would make it look a lot better.
I do too.
I think you hit the nail right on the head, Jeff. Because to me, it looks just too light and plasticky.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people are, collectors of her. I don't know
Mhm.
much about her. She's in the same kind of Vampirilla type realm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the portrait. I like it better than their last portrait.
I think the portrait's nice. I feel like it's a little simple.
Yeah, no, it is. I agree.
Yeah, it's just something. But I think that if they tweak it a little bit, I think it could be really good. Like again, like right here, like wow, that looks great.
Yeah.
When you
So
have it all.
The Angel of Death is the exclusive, and the light up feature with the torches is the ultra exclusive.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
So if you just buy her on the throne, it's less than 700. It's actually fairly affordable.
That's not bad. And then so the skeleton guy is, like you said, the exclusive. It's got that kind of that floating crown.
Yeah. So that adds like $400 to the proceedings.
Yeah. Well, that's like another whole quarter scale figure, really.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. So anyway, that's up for PCS. We can have a look at the different. I agree with Jeff. I think it just needs to be a little darker. Got some pieces new from Iron Studios. I know this one got a lot of reaction from collectors. These are all 10 scale, but I think this Venom looks really great.
It better for the price.
Yeah. How much was this one?
It's like, if I remember right, it was like $455.
Wow.
1/10 scale.
Wow.
And I think across the board, all of the Iron Studios pieces that were revealed last week, they've stepped up their pricing in a bad way. And I think they're charging too much. I think they're going to get hurt on sales.
I mean, the details are great on those 10th scales, but yeah, they're expensive. Because like I said, when I was doing my like kind of done with it now, but I was trying to build up my Star Wars collection, and I was looking at some of the smaller stuff. I can't believe how much the prices went up on these smaller scale pieces that used to be cheap back in the day.
Yeah.
So this has got two different bases. Is this was there two different price points?
Yeah, there's two different versions.
Okay. So
I
there's
think
that one with the Venom, the Venom, whatever you call those things, coming out. And then this one without them.
It's like 300 if I remember correctly.
Wow. Well, that's scary. I mean, that's the thing is like Iron Studios has done a great job of keeping that price point, the $100, $120, $130 price range-ish. Sometimes more. But I agree with you. I mean, they got to be real careful.
Yeah.
Or they'll lose people.
Yeah.
So anyway, they had Venom. They also have a Spider-Man. I thought the Spider-Man was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Really tall. And again, it continues that same base.
Yeah. Yeah. These are cool.
They would pair up really nicely together.
I forget what convention I was at, but I had a chance to see a lot of their, stuff that they've been putting out, and it was really impressive in person.
I was really blown away by their whole booth. I mean, because like sometimes I feel like it looks a little plasticky in times, but like seeing some of this in person, like or even like this Voldemort here, I'm blown away by him. I absolutely love him. I think he's phenomenal. And so I mean, they do really, really great work.
Yeah. I love the Mandalorian I have from them.
Yeah, that's great.
Lee I have from them.
Have y'all seen the Beauty and the Beast? That
Yeah,
they showed this week. That looks really cool, but it's like 700.
It's 800 for the one with the full background.
And that's 10 scale?
Yeah.
800 for 10 scale?
Wow.
It has a cool base and a backdrop, and it has Mrs. Potts, Chip, the clock, the candlestick. It's like all your main characters in one thing, and it looked really good, but I was like, that's a lot.
It is.
That's what you get when you buy a Disney license.
Yeah.
It ain't cheap, folks. Hey, Dan.
Yo.
I just saw your message, and yes, I did see her. The Catwoman.
It's a good price.
I'm trying to remember if that was one. I reached out to somebody today, and I think that they didn't have the styrofoam.
Maybe that's why.
I think that was that the one that was like local pickup?
I don't recall.
I think maybe. Yeah, I'm looking to get her back. But I've got another offer for her as well, so I might pick that one up.
Good.
This is a Wonder Woman from Iron Studios as well. Again, 1/10 scale. I think she looks pretty fun.
I like it. I think the head looks a little small.
Yeah. I don't know if that's because the hair is too big or I don't know.
A little Beetlejuice-ish.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah, I agree, Jeff. I think you might be right.
They also have a 10 scale Back to the Future with the DeLorean.
$2,200.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Are they high? $2,200.
$2,200.
Well, it's like that shark Jaws boat.
I tell you though, that Jaws was one of the coolest things I saw in that booth. It was so cool. But oh my God, these are expensive. Yeah, it's crazy. And you can also buy the DeLorean. That's going to be a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
The DeLorean
and the DeLorean.
That's right. The DeLorean is also available just by itself.
Yeah, I'll just stick to the cheaper DeLoreans on Amazon for $200.
Yeah, I'll buy the Lego one.
Well, some people are saying the Hot Toys one is a better alternative at a larger scale.
Yeah. So anyway, some Back to the Future stuff as well. Great Scott. This is some in-hand photos of the Superman versus Doomsday 3rd scale from Prime 1. It's always awesome to see these shots. I think that looks cool.
Yeah.
I love this where you could just have him by itself. Like, look how cool he is just even by himself. Obviously, you have that big keyhole right there, but pretty neat to see them together.
I can't get up.
That's right. This is one of the Fabok pieces.
Yeah, that's just awesome.
Yeah, it's really neat. What a diorama. And this is something I've said for years that I wish that more companies would do these 3rd scales, like just do half of them for some of the big characters like Killer Croc or Solomon Grundy or something. Just do like these half bases where you can still incorporate the character but not have to offer the entire figure. This is a tease from PCS. This is a new Ghostbusters line they're doing. So I can see this line being kind of popular.
Yeah.
There's a pretty big fan base
Mm-hmm.
for Ghostbuster stuff. This was really cool. This was from Sideshow. This is the Dirty Harry. Really, really cool. I think this is awesome.
Good price though.
Yeah, it's good price. It kind of reminds me of kind of like old school Sideshow. What do you guys think of this one?
I like it. I'm going to like Blondie more.
Yeah, the Western one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked way better to me.
Yeah.
But this is cool. And like you said, I think it's $625. Is that right?
I'm not sure. What do you remember? What it was, Eric?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the light? Do you feel like the? I feel like the likeness is just a slight caricature-ish to me.
Yeah, I get that. But I think they're going to sell a ton of these.
Oh yeah, because I mean, how often has there been Clint Eastwood merch?
Yeah.
Kind of got that simple round base again, kind of that classic Sideshow, that round little base.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool, yeah. And then again, they have the Western one coming up as well. New Catwoman print from Olivia. I think that'll be a pretty popular print. I believe it's on sale right now.
It's an odd size though.
Expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive. What is it like? Just because is it square?
It looks square to me.
That's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I like about it? If you hang that on your wall, it's going to look like you have a window and she's looking at you.
That's true. That's a good point. That's cool.
I would advise buying this one framed for anybody.
Yeah, because it's going to be hard to.
Yeah, be a little tricky.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky. I think it's a good advice, Stan. Or I'm assuming they're offering it in canvas also, framed canvas. They're also doing another print this one's by Richard Lemong, who designs so many of our statues that we have. New Bane versus Batman art print. $250 on paper and only $50 for canvas. That's cool. I love that they have the Penny and the T-Rex in the background.
Me too. Yeah.
That's my favorite part of it.
No canvas on that art print on the Catwoman.
Oh, really? No canvas.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder if they'll do like that dust thing.
Oh,
Like $5,000.
$3 to $5,000.
Yeah, it's insane. I don't understand that at all.
Diamond remnant
Yeah,
dust.
yeah.
Here.
Bend over. Here's your diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
This is that blade you were talking about.
yeah. This is going to do well.
Yeah, looks great.
It doesn't take up the space that the action pose takes up. It's still a really good likeness, even though it's a game license, but it sure looks like the actor to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were talking about PCS trying to come up with their licenses. I forgot to mention too. They have all those Marvel game pieces,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
like the Spider-Mans and different things. So they have some really good Marvel stuff too. The Wolverine's phenomenal by them. So there was
I'm
a lot
looking
that
forward to seeing all of this. I think I was tempted by the first one, but I might end up ordering this one just because it takes up a lot less space, and I expect it'll be much cheaper.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
They also are doing the RoboCop. I think this one really looks good.
Yeah.
Look at that. I feel like the likeness is spot on. So are you conflicted at all? Because I know, didn't you buy the Dark Side?
Me?
Yeah.
I have the Oniri Creations on pre-order.
Well, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah.
And I'm a little bit nervous about the silicone face. You know, just how to care for that, because I don't put anything behind glass.
Is that on the Henri one is silicone?
Yeah, just his mouth. I don't know why they did it. Just the exposed part of his face on the portrait is silicone. They didn't need to do that. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I have no idea what this was.
That is the LBS Wolverine.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that looks so delicate. I can't believe they sculpted all of that.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's not like plastic.
crazy. That's crazy.
It's got the cool dinosaur bones in it. But man, this is going to be neat.
Yep.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout. Hopefully, we'll see more from them.
Yeah, he was showing off I think that's a 3D print of it, and it's like to get that amount, that amount of detail out of the print is insane.
It's scary. Yeah, it's scary good.
Mm-hmm.
This is the new Prime 1 Harley Quinn. This is the third scale from the newest Suicide Squad. I think she looks really great from a distance.
Yeah.
Like Cleveland?
Yeah, like Cleveland. I don't see Margot Robbie here. I didn't really see it in the prototype, but I feel like it's a little bit less here. And these are pretty good photos. What do you guys think?
Doesn't look like her, but she's still very pretty, and I like the statue. So
Yeah, I like the statue. I think it's pretty, but again, if you're expecting Margot Robbie, I feel like it's not.
Fogart Marky.
That's got a mannequin look to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel like it looks like her.
Yeah.
Or more like her than Margot.
That last photo's not so great.
The pictures of the dress looked very like
That's not bad.
cheap. Like, those where you see people order formal things on, they get it in, and it's like
Yeah.
some blonde elves ran it up in a cave somewhere and shipped it out to you.
And this was a line that they had planned, and they kind of abandoned it.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to do the King Shark and the Elvis character, and they canceled both of those. So the only ones that you're getting out of this is her, and the Peacemaker. And so they definitely cut the line short. But I do think she looks good for the most part. I'm not sure what's going on with the back of the.
Oh, that looks bad.
Yeah, I don't know if it broke off or if it's missing.
Maybe it broke off.
But I did notice that. I'm like, it's got to be something missing there.
Looks like Party Girl at the con cosplay that was up late. and had to get ready, hung over.
Also, you can see that the arm keys in, and it's got that seam line there. So you have to make sure you cover it with the fabric.
Yeah.
There's just things about it that are decent, and some that I feel like are not great. But if you love it, that's awesome. Again, I feel like it does look pretty good from a distance, and maybe it would look better in person too. I don't know. Look at this! What a great cover!
That's awesome. Tomorrow,
Alex Ross, baby, brand new. Are they going to offer this in a canvas?
Alex Ross based on Neil Adams.
Right.
So.
I mean, that's what I love about it. Sorry, I forgot to mention that.
It's the cover for an upcoming book, so I don't know if will be an art print or just it's a comic book cover.
So the book came out today. So this is for Batman 135, which is also Batman 900 in sequence.
Okay.
And so Alex Ross's variant, this one is, I believe, only available from his website, and it starts tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Don't recall what time, but yeah, tomorrow.
I would consider this in a canvas.
It usually does like noon.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
It's like noon, right, Eric?
Yeah, usually it does like around noon. For his
Noon East?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This is the Batman Armory from Hot Toys. A lot of people have had this kind of controversial. It's kind of like a statue instead of a figure. Because there's no posability.
Yeah. It looks good.
But I think it looks good.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, I don't mind that it's not posable. I think it's cool.
But you can turn the head into a Batman figure with the suit.
Right.
Not mistaken.
I think that's true. And there also has the rolling eyeballs, as we can see here.
Yeah.
You also have the opportunity to buy the Armory, which I think they've done before. This is a re-release.
Yep. Well,
the Armory was a little different because I've got that one.
Yeah, is this better?
I don't know.
Looks big.
I don't know that it has as much stuff in it. Like, gadgets and stuff. Because the one I've got has got a crap load of stuff that had to be loaded into it.
It all looks little.
Yeah. All
little
kinds of little batarangs and whatnots, and
you can see that they've updated the suit. They've tried to make it more authentic to the movies. So, obviously some collectors that had the old ones are going to be mad, but I know a lot of people were excited about this one. I just think it's cool for the Bruce Wayne. I think that's neat.
I think the clear case of it looks nicer. Yeah,
it looks great. This is the Catwoman that I got in from Prime One. I just wanted to share the photos because I think she's going to be a really underrated piece. I love her.
Yeah, same here.
Those eyes.
And I used to do it when I first started collecting, where I used to display the headstands, and I stopped doing that. But with her, I still have my headstands like in front of the statue, just because I like looking at them. They're all the portraits are really good.
Yeah, they're all, especially this one. I love this one. It's really good. And then let's see. I think these are Eric's photos of the Joker.
Yep.
Wanted to share those with everybody.
It's a great piece.
It is such a good piece. How do you have him posed right now, Eric?
Yeah, I was looking at that because what's funny is so if you look at the artwork that Jimenez includes with the statue, it's him holding the clown mask. So yes. I don't know if he was intending that's the look I want, but I'm going with the cane and the one where he's holding up his frown and the legs open.
Okay, so I have the legs crossed and the cane and holding up the mask.
Okay. Yeah, I do like the mask. I watched your video with the mask, and I was like, "Wow, that does look really good with the mask in the video." So good.
So similar to that, I really like this look right here too.
I'll definitely switch it up from time to time with that portrait. The Batman.
I think it's definitely one that you can do that with. But anyway, really cool piece. Congratulations to everybody that's getting it. I think again, this will be one of those underrated pieces that people will kind of kick themselves.
And it looks cool without what's her name.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of tempted just to do them side by side, not necessarily behind each other.
Yeah, the same thing. Going back to your review, you made a good point. I think they look better if you had the punchline. I think they look better like next to each other than having punchline behind her.
Yeah, because you miss so much of the base with her being behind, and it's just so deep. You have to have a really deep shelf. This is again Jeff's Captain America looking great in that corner. In case you guys hadn't seen his photos he posted.
That's good.
But man, this looks so good there, Jeff.
Awesome.
Pretty big.
But looks really great. Again, great detail.
I think somebody said at the last show too. Jeff, you look like you lost weight. You slimmed down.
Maybe a little. Trying. I think I'd do better if I don't think too hard about it. The more I worry about it, it makes me stressy.
Yeah.
I mentioned on one of the shows that I've been doing intermittent fasting. I've been eating every other day, and I'm down about 25 pounds since spring break.
Wow.
Mm.
I threw in Batman here because we mentioned him earlier, and was the ES 100? Is that what it was?
Yep, and it's still on low stock, but it seems like there's a lot of stuff still on low stock. Like I think Talon is still on low stock alert. A few things. Catwoman. I've out of all the pre-orders I've ever done, like this took me the longest to hit the button. Just deciding if I wanted it. I think I took like a few months deciding if I wanted it, and then I finally convinced myself, okay, I'm going to order it. And then I saw that shipping price, and I was like, I just spent months deciding if I wanted it, and now I got to see this giant shipping price.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was so hesitant to hit that button. Like, I just felt like crying.
Well, again, hopefully it'll lower.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, like I said, even the economy is expensive. The shipping.
We got Kylo Ren. This is a new statue that's shipping from Sideshow. Spoiler alert, but I think this will be my my review for tomorrow. Had a great guest review send in for May the 4th, because it is May the 4th tomorrow.
Nice. I just got this in, but the first premium format that Sideshow did. I'm actually happy I went with that one. I think I like that one better than this one.
It's a cool one too. I actually forgot they did that one, but it's a good piece also.
I think that the details are better on this, because you get like all the sculpted textures and everything. But on the older one, the fabric, like the robe he wears is really nice quality and has a really cool texture on that. The realistic fabric as well.
Eric Babcock is the one that sent me his footage, and one thing that he didn't like was this portrait. He didn't feel like it was very good in person.
Well, that's the only thing with this one. You do get the unmasked portrait on the very first one they did. There is no unmasked portrait.
That's true.
Yeah.
I like the water on this one. And
I do too.
The Ray.
Yeah.
The two of them together looked like a really good pairing.
I've been rewatching all the movies. I just started the first one of this trilogy.
The art direction I feel like was really good. This is a new one from Weta. What was the scale? Was this 5th scale?
6th.
6th scale. Okay. So it's 3 separate statues.
Mm-hmm.
You got Wonder Woman. Obviously, this is the Gal Gadot, but I think these look really fun.
Mm.
Got Superman, Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that looks pretty good. I love the pose on him. It's something real kind of different.
Yeah.
Kind of him hulking forward.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if these are renders. They kind of look like maybe renders, but I'm not sure. But that looks really good. And Superman's face. What do you think of the likeness on this one, Dan? Is he still with us?
Yeah, he's. You're muted.
You might be muted, Dan.
Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
I was saying that I can tell who it is, but it's something also very off about it. I don't know if it's his hairstyle or
kind of.
I think it's like the nose or something.
I don't know. There's something off about it, but I can tell who it is if you ask me who it was.
Same with Gal.
Yeah.
Gal
tell who it is.
Reminds me of the that ABC show where they were storybook people, the Evil Queen.
Oh yeah,
Regina.
Yes.
Regina.
I could see that a little bit.
It's a Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
I think Batman's definitely the best one of the lot. You got new pieces from Hot Toys. This is a Scout Trooper Commander.
It's cool.
Looks good. I think they're doing a lot of Return of the Jedi type stuff. With the re-release of that to some theaters.
The Roosevelts have a whole crap load of
did you see the
shirts?
Did you see the Jabba the Hutt one today?
Jabba the Hutt?
It's got Jabba the Hutt and some of the bounty hunters. It's pretty cool.
I don't.
This is the Tweeterhead Superman. Somebody, I think it was maybe Stuart Murray, that painted it. I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's got like that comic book look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought it was kind of neat that he had that painted like that. Had some more of the Infinity Studios bus on display. This is I still don't feel like that looks very good.
Looks like she just woke up from a bed party.
Yeah. It's like zombie or something. I don't know.
She got a
That's
bad
brutal,
perm.
Yeah, that's.
Got a bad perm, and
I've had a really bad night.
Like, came out a lot nicer than I was originally going to say.
Yeah. I still feel like it could use some work. I don't think it will. Though.
I think it's with the eye in there.
That Drago mad horse sex loving night all night long. Rocking the tent down. That's all the hair she had left.
This one I do think looks really good.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's always neat to see him on display. I think this one looks really good in person, or like in real life. I think it looks better here than it did even in their promos.
Is this the one with the creepy baby?
Yes.
Mm.
It does have the creepy baby.
Creepy baby time.
Yeah. I feel like that looks a little odd.
Yeah.
He looks 60 years old.
Like a bobblehead or something, kind of.
Looks like a pop-up from the Evil Dead movie.
Yeah, I was thinking like a horror movie.
Like his forehead's too big or something. I'm not sure what. Something's not right.
Like
Looks good. Looks good from like this
scream at
angle.
Bruce Campbell.
Yeah. This one just came out today. This is a Groot. I'm assuming this is a spoiler from the new movie. For sure. It's a lot of guns.
6-gun Groot.
Yeah, but it's a cool figure. Obviously, again, probably a spoiler here.
Reminds me of the Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've also teased all of the other Guardians. Different portraits with this one. I think it's pretty cute. And again, they've teased all the other Guardians in Hot Toys. So we'll see if they actually deliver and give us all of these. A lot of times when they do this, you usually get like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I want to see the dog.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun.
Cosmo in the suit.
Is that Prince?
Yeah, this actually just came out today too. They teased a 1/3 scale Prince from PCS.
Wow.
So that one might be kind of cool too.
That was good.
That was really good. So that is our photos for tonight. Anything tickle your fancy? Any must-haves? Any definite pre-orders? I don't think there was anything in there for me.
Maybe that's Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah.
It's a great piece. You know what piece I still haven't ordered yet?
Hmm.
Batman 89.
Mm-hmm. How come?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's one of my dream pieces, but I don't know what's holding me back.
Is it because you're not sure whether you want to buy just Batman or the Batman Bruce combo? Or
Well, I think you said you wanted the return suit. No.
I want the return suit.
oh.
Yeah.
And they have that license. I have confirmed that they have that license. Whether they, will end up doing it or not.
Now the difference is the logo on the chest is correct on the return suit.
Correct. He also has different abs. He's got more of a mechanical ab. instead of the actual, real abs. And his cowl is more streamlined. I like the cowl a lot better on Batman Returns. And I like that movie better.
If I could pick one of the two, I would pick that one.
So I don't know. I don't know if it's overkill or not. I just don't know. Let me ask you one other question before we go. One real quick question. I uploaded these and I forgot to show them. Let me see. There's one. All right. So my last conundrum before we end the show tonight. This guy or this guy? This is the one I ordered. I'm kind of wanting this guy.
It's pretty ugly on that guy.
I keep the other one.
What Dan did is he said, I want this guy and that guy.
And that guy.
And so he bought that guy and this guy.
I did.
I'm not a movie guy, but I like that movie piece.
I like the movie piece too.
The Pattinson piece better.
They're both better.
Like that.
Well, I mean, you guys are going to display you're not going to display the Pattinson portrait on this piece, right?
No, I would do the Jim Lee portrait.
They're two totally different pieces.
Exactly.
They kind of are. And so I'm just trying to justify the suits are the same.
I'd have
kind of.
I'd have trouble justifying the shipping charge on that one.
How much was that one?
The gem, right? Yeah.
Isn't it like $450?
Oh Lord.
Yeah, it was. I think it's
$450.
Yeah, I think it was last show. It's 2 boxes. I think they believe it. So.
Yikes! They've been doing so good about doing 1 box lately. I hate when they do 2 boxes.
How can LBS do Thor with that huge story base and a sculpted cape in 1 box, and Prime 1 can't do that piece in 1 box?
I sometimes wonder if Prime 1 does the 2 boxes to try to keep the shipping a little bit lower, because the bigger you get and the heavier you get, those prices triple. Like it's just insane. Like just even me trying to ship something the other day, like like the box is massive. Like it's the bigger the box, there's all these giant surcharges, there's all these extra delivery charges like that are included in these fees because of the size of the box, and some companies won't even take the size of the box.
The box
Ryan in the chat
came in is almost as tall as I am.
Really?
Oh wow!
I could get in the box.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And 1 box.
Was it all just packing?
Well, it was a double layered styrofoam trays with a top lid with the Velcro snaps, straps around it. But you had the base and the bottom and hands and maybe the shields and stuff, and then the other stuff out around it. So the box is considerably taller than that. But I mean, it's standing up, it's chin height to me. So to be able to I could get in it and tuck down in it.
Crazy. Brendan says, I paid in full and got a great deal on the special art version, 1,750 shipped. So again, you're almost $2,000 all in for this piece.
Yeah.
Ugh. I got some thinking to do. And see, I keep buying these pieces, but not the Batman 89. I'm like, I don't know. I just bought the Batman Triumphant. I hope that was a good call. I still think it's a cool piece.
I like it. Yeah.
I think that they should make villains to go with that line.
The Triumphant?
Yeah, like and that pink at a lower level or staggered to fit into a whole diorama.
That could be cool, or just different ones that fit in front of him.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Different scenes.
That's not a bad idea, because then that might sell the statue.
That's what I told when we had Fabak on the show. I said that's where you need to go with that. Keep it a continuing line. New villains. Add them to it.
I have a question. How many good ideas are you going to have on the show tonight? Like, you've had a ton of really good ideas.
And sometimes the they just come out and say. Other times it's just roadkill.
Rocha.
Not worth a damn.
I was having a
And stupid
discussion.
shit.
Oh, I love it.
I was having a discussion with somebody in the Facebook group over that Triumph piece, and they were like, "Well, don't you think it it's too much building and not enough Batman?" And the point I made was, it's different than any other Batman piece, to where it is very, he's very tall on the building, and it gives you that illusion that he's really on top of a building. Like, it's not one of those pieces where you have to put it like high on the shelf to give you that illusion. He's really on a tall ass building,
And that's what I loved about the piece. I'm like, it's so tall, and even if you see him next to at a convention, like, he's way taller.
Did you see that in person?
No, this was at some of the footage, convention footage, but he's taller than than Tech 1000.
Wow.
He is taller than Batman versus Joker diorama that I got. Like, it's a tall piece.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a cool looking piece in person.
Yeah, I do too.
It just seems like it is made to be a center piece of a ongoing, a growing scene.
Yeah.
I think Sideshow is watching. They just sent me an email to remind me that Spider-Man Noir is available now.
Hello, Sideshow. We love you. Just send Jeff a triumphant. I mean a Spider-Man Noir. Just send him one.
That would be nice. Thank you.
CC asks, is that the triumphant one? Is that the one that goes with Penguin? Yes. It can either be separate or it can go with Penguin. But yeah, it is. Great piece. So anyway, Jeff is going to go and order Noir. We got to let him go. He's probably got to eat dinner. That's right. I want to wish all of the rogues a great night. Thanks everybody for being here. As always, I appreciate you. Again, I always feel like we have to catch up, because when we do the auction show, definitely it's like, like a month in between. And so appreciate everybody joining me tonight. We had, over 200 people here tonight, which was awesome. Jeff's ready to take a nap, clearly. And I'm ready to go to bed. And
one more thing.
Okay, one more thing. Hit it.
Tomorrow is a special day.
It's May the 4th.
Tomorrow is May the 4th. So Sideshow, if you are listening, wouldn't that be a great day to drop a Star Wars piece, surprise us all with some awesome variant or original piece with a ES of 500 and goes on sale right now and ships today?
Did they put up the pre-order for the Mythos Yoda yet? I feel like we're going to get that if they haven't done that yet.
Maybe, I don't know, but they better do something. This is too big a deal for them to just ignore it. Yeah, get on the. Yeah.
Hi. I am the director of Sideshow, and I've been watching these Rogues Gallery Live, fellas, and they had this great idea about putting a Star Wars piece. Do we have any Star Wars pieces we're working on? We do. Okay, should we put it up tomorrow? No, that doesn't make any sense to me either. Okay, all right. We'll release it in the middle of a Wednesday in the middle of an October. Okay, see you guys later.
Perfect.
It'd be really funny if they release a Star Trek piece tomorrow.
That would be good marketing.
That would be some good marketing or cross promotion there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I wanted to tell you guys, the Roosevelts have 6 or 7 shirts, Star Wars shirts, that pictures have leaked out all day. Some of them are exclusive through Shop Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are through Roosevelt's. Some of them, there are 2 that are at those Buc-ee's gas station things.
Sorry, so apparently Sideshow is located in Alabama. So anyway, of course, Sideshow weekend. It's all in good fun, of course. But anyway, May the 4th be with everyone. Again, I'm going to have that Kylo Ren review up for you guys tomorrow. Yep. Live long and prosper, everyone. And we'll see you next time in the Batcave. Good night, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye all.
May the 4th.